What is going on out there in the land of America? What's going on? Freedom fighters, patriots, rock stars, people who are fed up, people who are rightfully indignant. This group of people here are the people who are tired of this jackboot thug pig system of absolute oppression and tyranny. And that's what we're living. Police state, prison state, death state, where if the cops label you a criminal or you have broken the law in any way, shape, or form, you can be murdered. You can be killed immediately just because you were shoplifting alcohol or you were going to pull away from the police. They can just kill you. Put a 1 in the chat if you are rightfully indignant and you are sick and tired of this system of oppression and murder. Welcome everybody to another rendition of Delete Laws. Today, we're going to cover a couple things that are going on right now for ways to protect you, ways that you can put this in your wallet, you can carry it with you. Do me a favor, everybody, before we begin, hit the like button. Take your finger and hit that like button. It's right down there at the bottom. Share the stream, take a copy and link of the stream and send it out to your friend right now, to your best friend, to your cousin, to your boyfriend, to your lover, whoever you have. Share the stream. That's how you can help this channel the most, is by sharing the stream, making sure people know their rights. It's the most important thing. It's the most important thing. One more big favor I'm going to ask of you. If you could please type in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's what it's about. If we don't overturn Terry versus Ohio, we will continue to live in a jackboot thug pig state. OTVO, JBTP, hashtag JBTP, jackboot thug pig. Put it on every single video. JBTP, jackboot thug pig. How many videos did you see today where there's a jackboot thug pig ruining someone's life? How many videos? I see 2 dozen a day, 3 dozen a day. I see 30 videos at least every day of a jackboot thug pig absolutely ruining somebody's life. There we go. What is going on, 10TP? What is going on? Delete Laws Clips, everybody. DLZ Clips is in the hizzy. That's Colin down there. Colin down there running the Delete Laws DLZ Clips backup channel. And just so you know, in the past week, Colin is getting 1.5 million views a day on DLZ Clips. That's where we just clip the best fire moments of Delete Laws and we put them on DLZ Clips. Colin, drop your link down there in the chat, if you would please, sir. Let everybody know where they can find the channel. And, you know, I've gone live already once today, so YouTube's not going to send out any notifications for this live. So if you guys would please make sure mandatory myocarditis is in the room. What is going on? Butch the original. I have not seen Chevy. Where's Chevy? I haven't seen Chevy in a couple live streams. I hope he's doing okay. I'm going to reach out to him. Zach, what is going on? Just want my trifold. Listen, I got the trifold for you. You guys, listen, it takes about 2 weeks to get the trifold. By the time we print them up and put them in envelopes and ship them, it takes about 2 weeks. A lot of people buy their trifold on like September 24th. I get an email September 25th. Where's my trifold? You know, we sell a few of these. It's not my business model to take your money and then not give you your product. I have a comment section that you can go to and be like, I didn't get my trifold. And then someone will jump on the bandwagon and back you up and be like, oh, I knew this was a fraud. It's not. You're going to get your trifold. We don't miss a single person ever. We don't miss anybody. You will get your trifold. DLZ Clips, you should thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, Amanda. Thank you for ordering. DLZ Clips, you should clip this, and I'll just say it again so that DLZ Clips can make a short out of this. If you purchased a trifold from Delete Laws, it takes about 2 weeks to get there, sometimes a few days more, to be honest, because the mail's so slow now. COVID, remember? Anyway, it is not my business model to take your money and not give you a trifold. If you ordered a trifold that is digital or also called print at home, it went to your spam folder. The moment you order a digital or print at home trifold, it is sent to you immediately. It goes directly out to your email, and that likely has been in your spam folder, and that's why you didn't get it. So before you send me an email and say, hey, I didn't get my digital trifold and I ordered it, it's in your spam folder. If you ordered a hard copy trifold, it takes 2 weeks, sometimes a couple days more, because we print them up fresh trifold coming to you. Hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Take your finger and hit the like button. There's not enough likes. There's not enough likes. It's so funny. People worry so much about I'm just taking a look at the. Did you have a question, Zach? I'm not sure if you had a question. It says here, I won't if Chille answering I don't understand that. I'm so sorry, brother. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, 10 TP for folks like you who are on disability. I give the digital trifold away for free. And so let's get right into what we're going to big room tonight, because I've already done a live and already did a premiere today, so there won't be very many people coming in the room tonight, but because they're just not going to send out a notification. But what I want to talk with you guys about tonight are guys and girls who can carry a new thing in their wallet. It's the Fifth Amendment cop card. This is coming out right now, and this is an actual credit card. And if you see the numbers over here on the right-hand side, it takes you through a step-by-step tutorial on how to talk to the police when they pull you over. So you immediately, it's called the 5A cop card because you immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And then what I do here is I walk you through the entire process. So upon cited or being cited by a cop, you start filming and you state as you're filming, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. And the reason why you do that is because the two-pronged factor of the federal government to file a federal civil rights lawsuit, you have to inform the police officer the reason why your rights are being violated, what rights are being violated. So the moment you spot that copper, the very first second that you spot the copper, you pull your camera out and you start filming. If you're a driver, you spot the cop. Even if the camera's got to be down in your lap pointing up at you because there's a hands-free law in your state, the Fifth Amendment cop card for drivers, you pull, as soon as you see that cop, you start filming and then you state aloud so that your camera can hear you, I invoke my First Amendment right. So what is your First Amendment right? Your right to be press and your right to speech. That way, if that jackboot thug pig walks up to you and he starts talking about, hey, let me talk, or starts asking you questions, that's over. You have a right to speak and you have a right to record him. So that First Amendment right away, the very first second that cop pulls you over, you pull out your Fifth Amendment cop card and you say, I invoke my First Amendment right. You say it out loud, because then when you sue that jackboot thug pig, then he's violated your First Amendment right if he's trying to say that you cannot film him. And then the second part, let me pull this up on preview so that you guys can read it without it being in my hand. I want you guys to see this up close. Okay, here it is. All right, now let me see what you guys can see over here. Okay, so the first part right here, I'll go over to preview so you can see my cursor. When you get pulled over by the pigs, as soon as you cite, as soon as you see a cop, you can see I'm highlighting it up here. The moment that the cop is cited or the citing of the police officer, you pull your phone out and you start recording. It's immediately. Just like your rights are unequivocal, you unequivocally start to film that cop. I don't care if he's going the other direction. I don't care if you think he's not going to pull you over. The moment you see the cop is cited. This is a 6-step tutorial on what you do when you get pulled over, or if you are a passenger or a pedestrian. See the top up here. This is going to change to non-driver instead of passenger or pedestrian up here at the top. You guys can see that. The moment the cop is cited, you start filming and then you state out loud. You say it out loud. If you don't say it out loud, the federal judge in your case may say that he didn't know what right he was violating when he said, put your camera down. But if you see the cop immediately and you say out loud, I invoke my First Amendment right. He doesn't have to be on camera. You say that the moment the film starts rolling. All auditors, all activists, the moment your camera comes on, you say, I invoke my First Amendment right. This is a police protest. If you are an activist or an auditor, I'm going to say it again. The moment you start to film police, whether he can hear you or not is not relevant. What is relevant is that your camera heard it. And you say, I invoke my First Amendment right. I am protesting police. Now, when you're protesting police, that gives you a little more leeway in the way that you do things. As you guys saw in Ironton, when I began to protest in the city building, I said, this is now a protest. Because when I'm protesting police, I'm supposed to have additional processes and steps so that I don't just get the torture cuffs thrown on me. But that's not what they did in Ironton. They arrested me, which is why I'm suing them. You guys think it's over. It's not even close. We've just begun. I filed my appeal today. So it's not done. Okay, so now the second, if you're the driver, you immediately started filming and you said out loud, I invoke my First Amendment right. If you're an activist, you add it on there. This is a police protest. It's so important that you add those two things. The moment your camera comes on, I could say it 55 times if you want me to. Now, the second thing, the cop approaches and states the alleged infraction or questions you. He could question you and say, do you know why I pulled you over? He could question you and say, hey, why are you going so fast? Hey, where are you heading? It doesn't matter what he says, because as I notice at the beginning of each one in the yellow, what you do, it says, as filming, you give your legal documents. Listen, I am not for the driver's license scam. I am against it. I have taught Hendricks versus Maryland, the 2015 case, the 1915 case that gave the right to states to create Department of Motorized Vehicles. I have adamantly spoke on this several times. I've talked about the ability to overturn Hendricks versus Maryland of 1915. I don't know if that's going to be possible or not. I don't agree that you have to get a driver's license. It's unconstitutional. I agree it's your right to travel. In no way, shape, or form do I endorse this BS tyranny of forcing you to be licensed to travel freely in the United States of America. However, it's my job to help people. It's my job to use my knowledge and my charisma and my swagger and my undaunted personality to step in front and take the lead. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what God put me on earth to do. It's my job to tell you the way it's going is if you do not do number two, when that cop approaches you, if you don't have your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance laminated on a card, ready to go, the chances of you going to jail are very high. And I will not willingly walk you into a dungeon because I disagree that you have to have a driver's license. I disagree vehemently. It doesn't matter. That's not the way it's going. So the moment the cop approaches the car, if you're the driver, as you give him the legal documents and you say aloud, you already said it when the cop wasn't there, I invoke my First Amendment right. This is a police protest. The second step is to say out loud now to the cop on camera, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And your Fifth Amendment is unequivocal. It's unequivocal. Cop loses his qualified immunity if he continues to question you. You got to understand this. You know, you guys saw me go through the DUI checkpoint and that jackboot thug pig pulled me over for no reason. What did I do? I immediately took out my trifold and I invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Now you can use a card or you can use the trifold, but you show the cop and you show the camera. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Then you show the cop. Here it is. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. The cop, when I went through the DUI checkpoint, he no longer questioned me. The questioning ended. He said, have a nice night. Goodbye. Why is that? The reason why isn't because I'm some sort of powerful wizard. It's because the cop loses his qualified immunity. Your Fifth Amendment is unequivocal since 1793. You have the right to remain silent and not be questioned without your attorney present. That cop who stopped me at that DUI checkpoint, he knew that I invoked my Fifth Amendment right. I showed him on the card. I showed the camera. And then he said, have a nice night. I don't endorse drinking and driving. However, if you've had a drink, it's not illegal to drink and drive. It's illegal to drive impaired. So if you've had one beer or one glass of wine and you go through a DUI checkpoint, don't look at that jackboot thug pig. You put your Fifth Amendment card or your trifold up to the window, you film the card, you film the cop, and you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's it. I invoke my Fifth Amendment. I invoke the Fifth. The fewer words, the better. And now you stand mute. If he questions you, I give these to you in packs of 2. One for you, one for the copper. So that way, if he continues to question you, you then say, you know what? You're violating your qualified immunity. It's right there on the card. Fifth Amendment's unequivocal. Cop loses QI for questioning you. You guys have all heard about this qualified immunity thing. Well, I'm telling you here and now, if you plead the Fifth Amendment, he can no longer question you. She can no longer question you. You guys have got to understand, this isn't even on my website yet. I'm just showing you guys what's coming out because I want you guys to start to understand the power of the Fifth Amendment. A lot of people are not using it. You know, if you listen to the Pot Brothers at Law, their whole slogan, and I think he trademarked it, is shut the front door. But he uses the vulgarity, which I do when I talk to cops because I want them to know. If you guys ever hear me use vulgar language for cops, it's not because I use vulgar language every day, unless I'm texting Colin. So I don't talk like that to people in my life. You guys have heard me curse at cops. And the reason why I curse at the cops is because I have a right to curse at the cops. Okay, now let's move down to number 3 here. The cop asks you to exit the vehicle. You notice what it says at the beginning of every yellow block? Look at the beginning of every yellow block. I'll just highlight it. What does it say? Filming, filming, filming. Number 1, start filming. Number 2, while you're filming. Number 3, filming. Number 4, filming. Number 5, filming. Number 6, filming. I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but my daily friendly reminder this morning was don't send me an email and say, help me, Chille, help me, unless you have a video. What's that gentleman's name right here? What's his name again? For some reason, I cannot remember. Oh, I'm so, hey, how you doing, Alan? Good to see you. Good to see you, Alan. Haven't seen you in minutes. Nice to see you. Good to see you in the room. This gentleman here who got arrested, I can't remember I can't remember I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry. I keep blanking on it. But, let me check the private chat. I think that Colin will have the answer for me here. Nicholas. Okay. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for the links here. DLZ clips. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at this and see what else DLZ clip. Okay, cool. Pennsylvania versus Mims. So I want to show you guys something super, super important that DLZ clips just sent over to me. I'm going to pull this up right now. So let's go over one more time, number 3, and then I'm going to show you guys something super, super important. Nicholas, so good to see you, man. I'm glad you're in the room. I have more information for you. Mikey, always film police. Mikey B always knows you always film police. Always, always, always. So let's just take a look again at number 3. I want to show you guys something here. So number 3, the cop asks you to exit the vehicle. As you're filming, you exit lock and show the card or state. Do you see this right here? This is the reason why I give them to you in packs of 2. Because you don't need to speak. You can simply point at the card. It says show card or state. It depends on who you are as a person. Me, I'm extraordinarily articulate. And so I would say to him, I have a right and I do not consent to searches or seizures. Now, it's super important that you understand this. And I went round and round with a few people who are involved with me that work in the law. And I know for a fact, Pennsylvania versus Mims says that the police officer has to believe that you're armed and dangerous. The reason why he's forcing you to exit the car is for officer safety. Well, if you could prove on camera that you're not presently armed and dangerous, then you could challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. You're probably going to get arrested. But you could say, I'm not getting out of the car. I'm on camera. Everybody can see. Like, for example, you know, if it was me and I was pulled over and they said, hey, you have to get out of the car, I would probably disagree to getting out of the car because I can prove on camera that I'm not armed and dangerous by pointing the camera at myself. And I could say, officer, you have to believe that I'm presently armed and presently dangerous, which I've given you my driver's license. You can run it. I don't have any felonies. There's no felonies on my record. So that means that there's no track history of me and I'm damn near 50 years old. So don't tell me that you believe I'm presently armed and dangerous. You're ordering me out of the car because you want to put your hands on me and hurt me. I'm not getting out of the car. Now, you're probably going to go to jail. However, let me show you the actual holding that Colin just sent over to me real quick here. I want you guys to read this with me because this is super important. I actually looked up the holding the other day when I was creating the 5A cop card because I wanted to be really, really clear on this. I want it to be really, really open and understanding because I want Pennsylvania versus Mims to be challenged. I want somebody, including myself, to get arrested and you can prove on camera that you're not armed and presently dangerous and take that all the way up to the Supreme Court because we have seen a million times that if you get out of the car around a jackboot thug pig, your life is in danger. That's the simple fact. If you get out of the car, your life is in danger. Now, I've got some traveling to do this next month in October. And when I travel, when I get a rent-a-car, I'm going to make sure the rent-a-car has out-of-state plates. Because then if that cop pulls me over and tries to order me out of the car, and I can prove on camera that there's no way a reasonable man would believe I'm armed and dangerous, I'm not getting out. Now, he's probably going to break my window and arrest me. I'm probably going to have to face that. But I'm ready to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. You don't have a right to just pull me out of the car because you want to. And that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. So I can't go back to Ohio until my warrant is quashed. I was arrested for peacefully protesting, and that dirty Judge Waldo tried to revoke my bond. And I knew that if they put me in the Lawrence County Jail, that they would try to do to me what they did to Jacob Cochran. His name was Jacob Cochran. He's murdered in the Lawrence County Jail. So I left Ohio before they could revoke my bond and put me in the jail. And I had a back and forth with a woman this morning from Ohio who said, is it true that you went to Ironton and you stirred up a hornet? Anyway, and by the end of the conversation, she realized that they had railroaded me and they railroaded the people there. So now I'm going to show you guys something here. And I want you to read the holding with me because this is super important. If you are going to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims and you're going to say, hey, I'm not going to get out of the car because I only have to get out of the car. So this is from Justia, and this is going to be the actual holding. So there's the syllabus. Mims is ordered out of the car, held. Okay. So the order to get out of the car issued after respondent was lawfully detained, was reasonable, and thus permissible under the Fourth Amendment, which is another argument in itself. The state proffered justification for such order, the officer's safety. So what is this based on? What is this entire holding based on? Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, there is no Pennsylvania versus Mims. That officer safety is both legitimate and weighty, and the intrusion into respondent's personal liberty occasioned by the order being at most a mere inconvenience cannot prevail when balanced against legitimate concerns for officer safety. So instead of the supreme tyrannists, the supreme appointed monarchs giving a damn about the Constitution and our Bill of Rights, they're worried about officer safety, not our rights. The Supreme Court was not put on the Supreme Court so that they could worry about officer safety. This is a racist holding. This is based on black people. I kid you not. Terry versus Ohio is based on being able to grab black people. Pennsylvania versus Mims is being able to get black people out of their cars. We're living under racist laws. This law, Pennsylvania, this policy at the Supreme Court was created for racism. It was created so Blackie couldn't sit in his car. You getting out of the car, Blackie? I mean, I can't think of another word. I can, but that's what they thought about in the 60s and the early 70s. You want to get that black guy out of his car. I don't want to say Blackie. It sounds like it's dog shit, but you don't want to live under racist laws. We don't want to live under racist laws. Pennsylvania versus Mims is a racist holding. So now, so they're worried about officer safety here. Under the standard announced in Terry versus Ohio, the entire thing, okay, the facts available to the officer at the moment of the seizure or search warrant a man of reasonable caution in the belief the action taken was appropriate. And so this is based on officer safety. Under the standard announced in Terry versus Ohio, that means the policy that was created in Terry versus Ohio is now the Constitution of the United States. The standard of the policy that officer safety trumps all of our rights is the standard for you and me now. It's about the cop's safety. It's not about your rights. It's about the cop's safety. And that's the whole problem. And that's how we can challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. So if you don't want to get out of the car and you can prove on camera, there's no way that jackboot thug pig, a man of reasonable caution, warrant that a man of reasonable caution in the belief that the action taken was appropriate. If you can prove that you're wearing a pair of shorts and a tank top and there's no way that pig can believe you're armed and dangerous, you can challenge it. And you're probably going to go to jail, but you can get it. You can challenge it. The officer was justified in making they talk about the bulge in Mims's jacket where he had a handgun. So now revolver was seized in a manner which violated the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. Because we disagree with the conclusion, we grant the Commonwealth's petition for certiorari and reverse the judgment of the Supreme. So the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania found in favor of Mims. And in the state of Pennsylvania, they still don't respect the Pennsylvania versus Mims holding. The facts are not in dispute. Okay, they go down here. But then when you get to the actual holding, let's keep going. Three judges dissented on the federal constitutional issue. So Justice Marshall dissented. He said, I join my brother Stephen's dissenting opinion by where I simply emphasize the extent at which the court today departs from the teachings of Terry versus Ohio. So essentially what they're saying here in the dissenting opinion is that Terry versus Ohio went too far, but now Pennsylvania versus Mims goes even further, that you can't even be safe in your own car. And by the way, this says up here, these are lies. These are outdated lies. I want to show, let me see if I can find the exact place it was. I didn't want to make this entire live broadcast about Pennsylvania versus Mims, but I want someone to challenge this so we could have standing to take it on. I want okay, right here. Here's the lie that the Supreme Court used to justify it. According to one study, approximately 30% of police shootings occurred when a police officer approached a suspect seated in an automobile. Bristow police officer shootings, a tactical evaluation, 54J.Crim.L.C. and PS 93, 1963. This is no longer valid. That's no longer true. That is an untruth. 30% of police shootings do not happen when they're approaching a car. That's dated information. And the empirical data shows us, what was John Locke? He was the first what? Empiricist. What is an empiricist? Someone who bases all knowledge on empirical data. That means year after year after year, we can base the Farmer's Almanac. I can look up where in Detroit, Michigan, every single year, February 6th, it's going to be between this temperature and this temperature. That's what empirical data is. The Farmer's Almanac has compiled on February 6th every year what the temperature is in Detroit, Michigan. So over empirical data, over hundreds of years of measuring the temperature, they can say in Detroit, Michigan, the temperature will be between this temperature and this temperature. So what they did here is they piled up a bunch of empirical data. That's false. That's not true anymore. 30% of police shootings occurred when a police officer approached a suspect's automobile. That's not true anymore. That's fake. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. You can challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims if you can prove on camera that you're not armed and dangerous, and that a prudent man could not believe that you're armed and presently a danger to him. You can challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. You're going to take the ride. It's going to hurt. I'm telling you now. I'm not saying that it's not going to hurt. It's going to hurt, but you can do it. It can be done. Let's keep going a little bit more because I want to get where it says you must believe the man is armed and presently dangerous. Right here, our analysis under the Fourth Amendment is always the reasonableness in all the circumstances of particular invasion of, and the particular governmental invasion of a citizen's personal liberty. Terry versus Ohio. Reasonableness, of course, depends on a balance between the public interest and the individual's right to personal security free from arbitrary interferences by law officers. United States versus Bringoni, Ponce, 1975. As previously indicated, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania reversed the respondent's conviction, however, holding that the revolver should have been suppressed because it was seized contrary to the guarantees contained in the Fourth Amendment and 14th Amendment to the United States. The Pennsylvania court did not doubt, and the officers did not doubt that the officers acted reasonably in stopping the car. It was also willing to assume, arguendo, that the limited search for weapons was proper once the officer observed the bulge under the respondent's coat. But the court nonetheless thought that the search constitutionality thought that the constitutionality infirm because the officer ordered the respondent to get out of the car was impermissible seizure. This was so because the officer could not point to objective, observable facts to support a suspicion that criminal activity was afoot or that the occupant of the vehicle posed a threat to police safety. The Pennsylvania versus Mims holding is giving you every bit of room to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. Since the unconstitutional intrusion led directly to an observance of the bulge in the subsequent pat down, the revolver was the fruit of an unconstitutional search, and in the view of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania, it should have been suppressed. Then the Supreme Court says, we do not agree with this conclusion. Absolutely unbelievable. So I think I've made my point here. I'll find the exact holding, the exact words there. But the cop has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. And a prudent man has to believe that ordering you out of the car is reasonable, but it's not. 9 times out of 10, it's not reasonable. And if you've done everything I've taught you, if you've invoked your Fifth Amendment right, you've used the trifold or the 5A cop card, and you have it on camera, and you can prove by pointing the camera at yourself that there's no way a prudent man could believe you're armed and dangerous, you can resist an unlawful order to get out of the car. You're going to go to jail. I'm just telling you now, you're probably going to go to jail. And the ride is terrible. You only got to go to the dungeon once to end up just like me. That's why this channel grows all the time. Right now, we're still growing by about 1,000 subscribers a day. That's way down from where we were last month. And DLZ Clips on the backup channel gets more views than we get on the main channel. He's got 70,000 subscribers over there. We got 335,000 on this channel. So we're literally 4.5 times bigger than DLZ Clips, and we're getting 1/4 of the views that DLZ Clips is getting. So that lets you know that they are shadow banning this channel because so many people are contacting me and saying, dude, I invoked my Fifth Amendment right and it worked. Fifth Amendment works, folks. Fifth Amendment works. So now you understand that the cop has to believe that you're armed and dangerous. He has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous to him. So the cop who did this, nonetheless unusual or suspicious, but it was apparently the cop's practice to order all drivers out of their vehicles as a matter of course whenever they had been stopped for a traffic violation. The state argues this practice was adopted as a precautionary measure to afford a degree of protection for the cop. Screw your rights. It's about officer safety. And that it may be justified on that grounds. Establishing a face-to-face confrontation diminishes the possibility, otherwise substantial, that the driver can make an unobserved movement and in turn reduce the likeliness the officer will be the victim of an assault. But this is exactly the opposite, and you could argue this easily. Listen to what it says. Establishing a face-to-face confrontation diminishes the possibility. Okay, that's a lie. Establishing a face-to-face confrontation with the jackboot thug pig ends up you get hurt. That's what happens. When you get out of the car, you get put in torture cuffs. Everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button right now. Stop what you're doing. Close the live chat. Hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Hit it right now. Just do it as fast as you can do it. If you're learning anything at all, hit the like button. And you should be, because I've dedicated a lot of my life to researching and studying this so that you would understand the actual holdings of this garbage court that's called Supreme. The Supreme Court, it's the Supreme Court, scholar. It's the Supreme Court working against our rights constantly. Look what they're doing here. In this Pennsylvania versus Mims, they're more worried about officer safety than they are your rights. What's their job? To uphold the constitutionality of law. That's the Supreme Court's sole function. And what do? They work for the cops. They work for big government. The Supreme Court has to get term limits and has to get ethics committee, has to get a list of ethics, and they have to be held accountable. Clarence Thomas, as much as I like that he's standing up for gun rights, he should be 86. He should be off the court. He's being paid off by billionaire. His mama's house, his house, travel, hotels. He's being paid off to do the bidding of a wacko extremist. And it has to stop. It has to come to an end. So let me keep going here. Let's keep going down the 5A cop card here. Okay, so the cop asks you to exit the vehicle, as you can see here. If the cop asks you to exit the vehicle and you're filming and you've done, so remember here, you started filming, you're still filming, and then the cop says exit the vehicle and you say, I do not consent. So what does it say? It doesn't tell you on the card to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. I'm talking to my people who are freedom fighters. On the 5A cop card, it says the cop asks you to exit the vehicle. It says filming, exit. Lock the doors, show the card, or state, I do not consent to searches or seizures. This is from the 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mim. Cop must believe you're armed and presently dangerous. This is for people who watch my channel. You need to challenge it if you can prove on camera you're not armed and presently dangerous. Then you can challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just follow the card, exit while you're filming, lock the doors, show the card, or state, I do not consent to searches or seizures. So then the cop requests to search your vehicle. Filming, you notice how it always says filming, give consent, then revoke consent by stating, I revoke consent, stop searching. So the Fourth Amendment is upheld by Florida versus Gimeno in 1991. You have the right to revoke consent. So you guys have heard me talk about United States versus Williams out of the Third Circuit Court, which oversees 4 different state district courts. So you've heard me talk about the U.S. versus Williams, but the actual case holding is going to come from the Supreme Court in 1991. A broken clock is right twice a day. The sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while. The Supreme Court gets it right once in a while. And in Florida versus Gimeno in 1991, that is the holding that United States versus Williams in 2008 uses for the jurisprudence to say that you have a right to revoke consent. So that's number 4 on your Fifth Amendment cop card. The Fifth Amendment cop card's coming out next week. I'm just finishing it up now. So this is the 5A cop card for the driver. The other side is the 5A cop card for non-drivers. So if he says, hey, I want to search your vehicle, you can give consent and then revoke consent. And then you can, so when you get the card, I give you 2 of these. You get 2 of these, one for you and one for the copper. Because on the other side, the non-driver side, you're going to see that he may stop you on the street and how you don't have to give me your identification. I'm going to go over that in a moment. But the 1991 case of Florida versus Gimeno says clear as day, you have the right to revoke consent. It's unequivocal. So, okay, so there's number 4. Number 5, the cop says he smells weed in a state with legal or medicinal weed. Okay, so while you're filming, you show the card or state, smell is not probable cause. You can show the card or you can state it out loud. And remember, this is only in states with legal or medicinal. This is not for states like, I think, South Carolina. I think, what other states are there? DLZ clips, you can show me a list in the private chat so I know which states there are. But there are some states that don't have legal medicinal or legal recreational. And so while you're filming, you can show the card or state smell is not probable cause. And this is based on the 2021 case of Commonwealth versus Barr. Smell is not probable cause. It says it twice. It says the same thing twice. Now, a lot of people will say I believe it's the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And I'm pretty sure that people are going to say, oh, that's from a state Supreme Court. That's the most on-point case in America right now is the 2021 case of Commonwealth versus Barr. Meaning that if you inform the copper in a state that has legal or medicinal and you show the 5A cop card and you say, hey, smell is not probable cause, you can take a look at number 5 copper, the 2021 case of Commonwealth versus Barr, then if he arrested you for that, you would take the arguments that the judges put up in the Commonwealth versus Barr, and that would be your defense. So knuckleheads who want to try to ruin your life, knuckleheads who don't care about freedom and liberty, who are going to tell you, oh, that's just a state Supreme Court case. Yes, it is, but it's the most on-point Supreme Court case in America today. And you would use those exact arguments if he searched your car or arrested you for that product. Because if I even say the product, they demonetize my video and then they shadow ban it. So I can't even say the name on YouTube, which I'm seeing if I can sue YouTube again right now. I'm trying to figure out a way to sue them again because they keep demonetizing all my videos. So it's just heartbreaking, to be honest with you. You know, they demonetized a short video because it had a picture. It had a picture of Mary Jane, a photo of Mary Jane in the short. They demonetized my short. It was going viral, and then they cut it off, shadow banned it, and put it on the back burner because there was a picture of Mary Jane, which is, I'm not allowed to talk about the law. So I went over to Rumble, Rick, and there's nobody there. Unless you are Russell Brand or Tucker Carlson, there's nobody there. Nobody watches your videos. I don't think there's it may end up that I have to go there because they got me so shadow banned across YouTube right now. But DLZ Clips is still crushing it on the backup channel. 1.5 million views last few days. So, you know, I'm just going to keep on going. But it's heartbreaking, to be honest. Chevy, there you are. Where you been, Chevy? Missed you, Chevy. Gloria, how you guys doing? Okay, so let's get right back to the 5A cop card. 5A cop card's coming out next week. It's an actual credit card. There's no peeling of paint. There's no laminated. It's an actual credit card. It's the same size as your credit cards in your wallet now. This way, for men who carry a wallet and don't have the trifold on them, you can have the 5A cop card in your wallet with you. The 5A cop card coming out next week. Can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, let's get back to this. So now we're back here, and so we're talking about the most on point case out of the Commonwealth down here, and then right on the bottom here it says cop says he's calling in a canine. Well, as you're filming, you show the card or you state, extending the stop violates my rights. Because in the 2018 case of Rodriguez versus United States, the Supreme Court said you cannot extend a stop to call in a canine without reasonable articulable suspicion. And what that means is he has to have a singular articulable fact that you have criminal activity afoot. So he can't just extend the stop and search your car. And if he does that, he's going around his qualified immunity and you can sue him because you gave him the card you showed him. You showed it to him. So this is super important that you guys understand these things. So this is the driver card on this side, and this is just a rough draft. I haven't finalized this yet. So now here is the passenger or the non-driver card. The passenger or pedestrian, this is going to change just to non-driver on the top up here by Monday, so we can have that card out by next week. So the 5A cop card, passenger, pedestrian, or non-driver, it's going to say that next week. So it starts right here. Cop cited or citing. You start filming immediately. And then you state whether the cop hears you or not, I invoke my First Amendment right to press and speech. Because if you're walking down the street and you see a cop go down and flip a Yui, and then you turn your phone on real fast, you point that phone right at yourself and you say, I invoke my First Amendment right to press and to speech. Now, because of the two-pronged test, did the cop know he was violating your rights, and which rights was he violating? You can say, I stated unequivocally that I've invoked my First Amendment right once you sue him with the federal civil rights lawsuit. So the moment you start filming, you state out loud, I invoke my First Amendment right to speech and to press. This is a police protest. If you're an activist, you always say that. Every time the phone comes on, this is a police protest. You invoked your First Amendment right to speech and press. So then the second one is the cop approaches and says any words to you at all, because this is for a non-driver. This is if you're walking down the road or you're the passenger in a car. If he says anything to you, you say immediately, any words at all spoken to you. Any words. Hello. Hello is for suckers. I don't say hello to tyrants who pulled me over to try to arrest me. Hello is for suckers. Cop approaches. While you're filming, you're going to state, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Right here at the top, you see it? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You say it out loud. Now, the Fifth Amendment is unequivocal. Cop loses his qualified immunity for questioning you further. This is imperative that you follow this step-by-step tutorial. See how they're numbered over here? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Okay, so now, let's say, for example, you're the passenger and the cop asks you to exit the vehicle. If the cop asks you to exit and you state, I plead the Fifth Amendment, I do not consent to searches or seizures, you have to say it out loud. You can't not state it. You can show the card and indicate invoking the Fifth Amendment, but that's not as powerful as openly stating, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I do not consent to searches or seizures. And the way they can do this is from the 1997 case of Maryland versus Wilson. If you guys are unfamiliar with Maryland versus Wilson, we can cover it. The oral arguments are posted online. We can go over it. But again, this is a racist holding based on Michael Wilson being a black man. I kid you not. This is based on racism. This is based on crack cocaine and how they're going to solve the drug problem by making the passenger of the car get out, but the cop has to believe you're armed and presently dangerous. The 1997 holding of Maryland versus Wilson, the jurisprudence is based on Pennsylvania versus Mims. The jurisprudence of Pennsylvania versus Mims is based on Terry versus Ohio. I sound like a broken record. Now do you guys understand? Maryland versus Wilson is based on which jurisprudence? Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, there's no Pennsylvania versus Mims. There's no Maryland versus Wilson. So the cop, though, for you to get out of the car as the passenger, has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous, meaning that if you're not afraid to take the ride, and that if it's on camera, and you can prove on camera that there's no way a prudent man could believe that you're armed and presently a danger to officer safety, you can challenge his unlawful order for you to get out of the car. You're probably going to go to jail. You notice it doesn't say that on the Fifth Amendment cop card. I'm telling you, the freedom fighter. I'm telling you, Team DLZ, people who tune into this channel regularly. If you can prove as the passenger you're wearing a pair of shorts and a tank top, there's no way a prudent man could believe you're armed and dangerous. You might know the cop. If you're from a small town, he knows you, so he knows you have no history of violence. You can challenge his unlawful order as long as it's on camera. If it's not on camera, don't do anything like that. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get killed. And my job is to protect you, not to watch you get murdered. That's not my job. My job is to give you the facts so you can make educated decisions based on what you believe are your rights, what you believe and you know are your rights. So this is pretty important. This is a pretty important holding, and I want all of you guys to understand what this holding means. We're going to go over Maryland versus Wilson in greater detail, but for now, you just know that the holding for Maryland versus Wilson is based on Pennsylvania versus Mims, which is an extension or jurisprudence of Terry versus Ohio. So now, number 4 here. Cop requests your ID and says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. This is for passengers and non-drivers. This is for if you're walking down the street, or if you're at a club, or if you're in a parking lot, and the cop requests your ID and says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. So if he requests your ID, you give him your Fifth Amendment cop card, because I give you 2 when you buy 1. It's a 2-for-1 deal. 1 for you, 1 for the copper. Now in Hibble versus Nevada, I just shortened it down so I get all the words in here. With reasonable articulable suspicion, if the cop has legitimate reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. And how you ID is, I identify as good citizen. I may change this so that you get that line in there so I can teach people to say that this may change by Monday. Citizen states, I identify as good citizen. You do not give ID without probable cause. Probable cause is what you could be arrested for. So if he's not arresting you, you don't give him ID. Hibble versus Nevada says that you have to say how you identify. It does not say you have to give ID. It does not say that. If there's an alarm going off around the corner and they said a guy in a black t-shirt robbed the store over there, so I'm stopping you with reasonable articulable suspicion, and he says, let me see some ID, I say, no. I pull out my Fifth Amendment cop card and I say, I don't have to give you my ID. And he says, well, I have reasonable articulable suspicion. I say, great. I identify as good citizen. That's what the Hibble holding says. Hibble does not say you have to break out your identification. Hibble says you have to tell the cop how you identify. So this line is going to change in the final. I'm going to give you the line that you say, which is, I identify as good citizen. And then you invoke your Fifth Amendment right so he can no longer question you. You invoked your Fifth Amendment right 2 steps up. You see that? Your Fifth Amendment right is right here on number 2. You see that? There's your Fifth Amendment right there on number 2. You see it? Fifth Amendment right's unequivocal. As you're filming, you said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right in step number 2, so you don't have to do it anymore. And then he says to you, oh, well, I have reasonable articulable suspicion. And you say, but you don't have probable cause. There's number 4 right there. Cop requests your ID and says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. Filming, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen, no IDs required. So I did have you state the line in your action in the yellow. And then in the white is the law. So the black is what the cop does, the yellow is what you do, and the white is the law. The black and white. Hibble versus Nevada, with reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they ID. You can see it above it in the yellow. I identify as good citizen, no ID required. Do not give ID without probable cause. Because as you guys know, every single video we're seeing right now, it's the cop, the cop believes, oh, don't block out Jeebus. Give Jeebus a chance here. There's some things going on in Ironton right now, and Jeebus Crisp was a victim. You know, we have a history here. Don't time him out. Jeebus, can you just be cool, bro? I mean, I did help you a lot, and I'm still helping you. So if Jeebus can be cool, then I can be cool too. But, you know, he got abused by cops, and he got railroaded, and he got cheated, and there's a history between us, but I got no problem with him. But you're not blocked, Jeebus. So let's let the man participate. I forgive Jeebus for the fight we had. I hope he forgives me. Let's move forward. If there's no path to redemption between people, Jeebus and I had a falling out. If there's no path to redemption between individual people, then there's no path to redemption for anybody who commits a crime. So many of you love Long Island Audit. Long Island Audit is an armed robber felon. He's a felon armed robber. Do you forgive him? I forgive him. Long Island Audit right now is being absolutely railroaded. I saw his video the other day. I'm not friends with him. I don't like him. I don't like Long Island Audit. He called me a grifter, went on a troll channel to call me a grifter. I don't see Long Island Audit helping anybody. I see him helping himself. But at the same time, he's getting railroaded. He's getting railroaded, and I don't agree with it. I agree that we should fight with Long Island Audit to help him. He's getting railroaded. You should see what they're doing to him in New York. I don't want to promote the guy because I don't like him. But at the same time, what's happening to him is horrible. It's horrible. He's being stalked. I didn't know that Sean Reyes had 4 small children at home. I didn't know that. I didn't know he actually needed my help because he's not me. He can't do what I do. So I forgive him. I mean, he should really apologize for the asshole things he's done and said about me. And Long Island Audit, you're going to see this. You watch my stuff. You comment on my videos. I comment on yours. I deleted my comment. You deleted yours. I'm so transparent. It's unbelievable. I'll say anything. Whatever the truth is, I'll just state it. So the same thing with Long Island Audit and I, who obviously are 2 of the biggest dogs in the space, and we're both aggressive. And so we have a beef. He went on a troll channel, called me a grifter. F you, bro. Apologize. And I'll come there and help you with that Pat Lynch piece of shit. But the same thing happened with Jeebus, you know? Yeah. Well, let me know that, Jeebus, and we'll file some FOIAs. But Jeebus and I had a falling out, and some time has passed, and I forgive Jeebus, and I hope he forgives me for any of my discretions. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Same thing with Long Island Audit. I'm sorry I said some rough things about you. Hopefully you can forgive me for my indiscretions, and I will forgive you once you apologize. But I just want to, if there's no chance to redemption for us between people, then there's no chance to redemption for you ever breaking the law. I did shoplift when I was 18 years old. That is true. I did get a ticket for it. And that was the first time I faced bars, and that changed my whole perspective. But if you want, you could say that Chille's a criminal because I shoplifted when I was 18 and I got arrested. I'm guilty of it. I did it. I don't steal anymore, but at that time it was fun. We were trying to get away with it. Me and a couple other guys thought we'd try to steal some stuff. We got caught. Am I a criminal? No, I'm not. I learned a hard lesson. Believe me. I had to pay off a fine of like $450 when I was 18. $450 in 1992 was a lot of money for me. It was a lot of money for me. 92 or 94. I was born in 74, so it would have been 92 sometime. Yeah, so I learned a hard lesson. So anyway, let's get back to the 5A cop card. That's a little sidebar there for you guys. Okay, So now, as we continue to look down the 5A cop card, you do, with the cop requests ID and you are a passenger or a non-driver, you do not have to give him your ID, even with reasonable articulable suspicion. The cop is going to lie to you and say that you have to give ID because he has reasonable articulable suspicion. He may even cite Hibble, not really understanding the holding state that you have to say how you identify. I identify as a good citizen. So now we move on to number 5 down here. You get mad, you tell the cop off. Vulgar language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or with that. Filming, you state, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. You state that out loud. Remember up here, the moment you saw the cop, what did you do? As soon as you saw that copper, step 1 right up here at the top, what did you do the moment you started filming? You said out loud, I invoke my First Amendment right to speech and to press. You said it immediately. So now you're all the way down here by step number 5. You use vulgar language. You've already invoked your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And now you're just reminding him, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. Now the two-pronged test, when you take him to federal court, did the cop know what he was violating your rights and which right he was violating? You already stated it twice now. This is the second time you're saying it. So it's protected by the First Amendment, upheld in the 1971 case of Cohen versus California. Cop loses his qualified immunity for arresting you. If you use vulgar language and you're in a park and he says, oh, you're disturbing the peace, and you're saying F you and F this, and F that, and F this, and suck my, and do this, and drop down, it doesn't matter. You're allowed to say those things. I don't care if children are present or not. You're allowed to say any vulgar language you want. Read the top of this. You tell the cop off using vulgar language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or with that. While you're filming, you're going to state my right to free. If you're telling the cop off, tell him to go F himself, call him a dirty jackboot thug pig, then you're not too big to say my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. And then you give him the copy of the cop card, because I give you 2 cop cards with your purchase. And you say, First Amendment right, 1971, Cohen versus California, cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. As soon as that jackboot thug pig sees that he loses his qualified immunity for arresting you, he's going to have second thoughts. He's going to reconsider that. He's reading it in black and white. It says it right on the card. It says right on the card, you lose your qualified immunity, jackboot thug pig. I know this guy on YouTube called Delete Laws. He helps people all over the country get lawyers, and he helps people all over the country sue you, jackboot thug pigs. If I used his Fifth Amendment card and I got it on camera and I send him this video, I guarantee you that guy will help me sue you, and I will. It's my job to do what I'm doing. People all the time will get on the phone and thank me and thank me and thank me. No, no, no. Thank you. Thank you for standing strong on your rights. Thank you for letting me do what God intended me to do. Thank God for you. You're in the role you're in because you're supposed to be there. Nothing is consequential. Everything is done on purpose. You have free will in life. However, everybody has a destiny, and this was yours. This was yours to stand on your rights and tell that jackboot thug pig that I am not going to kowtow to your bull BS. I'm going to tell you right now that my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. And if you arrest me, you lose your qualified immunity, and this guy on YouTube will help me sue you. I'm using his card. He created this card and said that if I use this card and it's on camera, he'll help me sue you. And I'm going to sue your ass. And that's what you tell them. Okay. I just want to be clear about that because it's super important. We got to fight. We got to fight back now. The time is now. The fight is now. The fight is right now. Religion, assembly, petition, press, and speech. RAPS. You see what Chevy put down here? You have a First Amendment right. The 5 big liberties of the First Amendment are easily remembered by using the term RAPS. R-A-P-P-S. Religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. All right? This is super important. We got to fight back together. That's why I'm helping. You guys have no idea. I'm on the phone all day, every day, constantly with new people, helping them. Don't contact me to help you unless you have a video. I really can't do much besides connect you with lawyers in your state. And Nicholas, I've got some information for you, and I want you to file some stuff, Nicholas. I don't want to do it for you. I want you to do it. But I want to show you some stuff that I found out about Amy Moon, and I'm going to show you the way to file that paperwork for Amy Moon. Okay, so let's continue down the road here. Let's continue. Oh, nice to see you, Kinetic Customs and Racing. Good to see you, my friend. Nice to see him in the room. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so now let's keep going. God bless you, Amber. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I hope you're learning a lot. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Share the videos. That's going to help. That's going to help us the most grow on this side. And then on your side, make sure you have a trifold or the Fifth Amendment card coming out next week. Make sure you have those. The trifold should be in every car. That's why so many people, I send it to them digitally. Someone hit me up earlier, and I think my cousin had a back and forth with them. I'm going to get you a free trifold, dude. So don't worry about it. You know, just so many people, there's like hundreds of requests. And so, you know, as my cousin goes through them, she's like, you know, hey, Chille, what is this? What is that? And it's just like, whatever. So anyway, I just want to let that person know, if you watch my channel, I'm going to send you a free trifold as soon as this is over. I'm going to email that to you. You print it out, you keep it in your car. All right. So don't worry about it. Everybody gets salty. My cousin gets salty. Everybody's a salty dog. All right. No one's perfect. We're all just flawed humans trying to get by, trying to get along with one another. It's really difficult to get along with other alpha males, other sigma males. It is hard to get along. We are all so precious. Each and every one of our lives matters so much. Your life matters to somebody, and you are important. You have a value. Thank you too, Amber. You're welcome. So don't believe. Practice until it becomes second nature. You have got to, I'm going to teach a class. I'm going to teach an hour-long class on camera so you can participate with me. You've got to have the Fifth Amendment cop card or have your trifold on you at all times. You always have to have a camera on you in today's world with these jackboot thug pigs roaming around. It's absolutely terrible, but that's just the simple fact. Okay, so the last one on the non-driver side, up here it says passenger pedestrian. This is going to change to non-driver. Hopefully you guys can see what I see. Let me open up my phone just real fast so I can see what you guys are looking at here. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I got that. Thanks a lot for being patient with me. I appreciate it. Lenny, good to see you, Lenny. Aaron, how you doing, buddy? Black Light, what's going on? What is going on? Nicholas, how are you? How are you? Jessica, Brick, how you doing? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys for coming. Amanda, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Greg, Bruce, thanks for coming. Thank you guys so much. Talked to V. Boyer earlier today. That person's doing great. Okay, so now you got into it with the cop. The, number 5 says you tell the cop off. So these kind of go together. You see how these are together here? This says here, you tell the cop off. You see that? You tell him off, and then you say, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. And then he says, let me talk, don't interrupt me. And what do you say? You, as you're filming, you state, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. First Amendment upheld by Houston versus Hill. It says right there, Houston versus Hill, it's your right to interrupt police. That's what the 1987 case of Houston versus Hill was about. I actually did the oral arguments on this channel. You can find it. If you put delete laws, Houston versus Hill, you can listen to the oral arguments. We went over them in 2022. The entire case was the precedent of the case was based on Mr. Hill interrupting the Houston Police Department, and they said, hey, let me talk. Don't interrupt me. Let me talk. Well, the Supreme Court in Houston versus Hill said that you have a right to interrupt police. It is your God-given right to interrupt police. You can see it right there. It says so. So if he says, let me talk, you just talk right over him. You have every right to talk over him. And if he arrests you for talking over him, he's violated your rights and you should sue him on a federal civil rights lawsuit. Remember, everything that I'm teaching you here is based on the natural assumption that I've taught you so many times. The very top of the card says you see a cop, you spot a cop, you start filming. So I'm going with the natural assumption that you are filming absolutely everything that's happening to you. If you don't have a camera on, it didn't happen. You think if that cop beats you, cheats you, or kills you, that you're going to get the body cam footage? It's between slim and none. You're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to fight for it. And I don't want to see that happen to you. I just don't want to see it happen. So let me check my other phone here and see if I have those notes. So the 5A cop card is coming out. And then let me check my private chat here. Did you send me for the live, Colin? Boy, Colin's on his game today. I'll tell you that. Sending me all these links. Thank you, DLZ Clips. I appreciate it. Send me that. The link for the next live right here, Colin, if you would, pretty please. And then we're gonna cover that next. I'm also gonna go over police brutality today. There's quite a few things in there. Chuck is in the room. What's going on, Chuck? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. So good to see everybody, man. Great room full of people here today. Super blessed. Super blessed that there's so many people here today. Thanks a lot. We've already done a couple premieres today, so the fact that we're able to get this video out and there's a couple hundred people here, I'm super grateful. Gloria, nice to see you. Katie, good to see you. Okay. So now as we continue down the line here, the most important thing. So, let's take a look at the 5A cop card one more time. So the most important thing. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate your compliment. Thank you so much. So the 5A cop card here, look at the first one. Let me just be a broken record here. When the cop is cited, you start filming immediately and you state out loud, I invoke my First Amendment right to press and to speech. Then the second step is cop approaches you at all. You immediately say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment's unequivocal. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. The third step is cop asks you to get out of the vehicle if you're a passenger in the car. You exit and you state, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I do not consent to searches or seizures. That's from the 1997 case of Maryland versus Wilson. Cop believes you're armed and pleasantly dangerous. That's why he's asking you out of the car. You could challenge that if you can prove you're not armed and presently dangerous on camera. You're going to go to jail, though. Cop requests your ID and says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. While you're filming, you notice right at the top it says filming, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No ID required. Unless he's arresting you, you do not give that cop ID. And that's from Hibble versus Nevada. With reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they identify. Do not give ID without probable cause. I put right here how you identify. I identify as good citizen. Step 5, you tell the cops off. Vulgar language. Cop said he's going to charge you with this or with that. While filming, you state, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. First Amendment 1971, Cohen versus California. Cop loses his qualified immunity for arresting you. You've informed him of the right you're invoking, and you informed him of the right he's violating. That's the two-pronged test. You have to inform the cop of which right he's violating you of, and then he knows better, and now that goes around his qualified immunity. Step 6, cop says, let me talk, don't interrupt me. And I say, F you, piggy. I can say whatever I want. I'll interrupt you all day and twice on Sunday. It's your God-given right to interrupt police. So there's the non-driver side. Now here's the driver side, the 5A cop card for drivers. Cop is cited and you see him, you start filming and you state out loud, I invoke my First Amendment right to press and to speech. You only have to say the first part. I invoke my First Amendment right, and all 5 freedoms are listed. Your First Amendment right is protected by the First Amendment. Turner versus Driver, 2017. It's your right to film police. Cop approaches and states the alleged infraction or questions you. And when the cop approaches you and you're a driver and he stated the alleged infraction, or he asks you, do you know why I pulled you over? Do you know how fast you were going? While you're filming, you just immediately give him your license, registration, and proof of insurance, and then you state, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You give him a copy that I gave you. You get 2 cop cards, and you give him the Fifth Amendment cop card, and you have a Fifth Amendment cop card. This is going to help pedestrians a lot because they walk up and say, let me see some ID. You give them a card that's shaped the same as your driver's license. It's the same shape and size as your driver's license. So now you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, and the cop loses qualified immunity if he continues to question you. So cop asks you to exit the vehicle as the driver, and you exit, lock the door, and you show or state. You show the card or you state to the cop, I do not consent to searches or seizures. And this is based on the 1977 holding of Pennsylvania versus Mims. The cop has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous to ask you to exit the vehicle for officer safety. But if you can prove on camera you're not armed and dangerous, you could challenge that and go to jail and then get standing to take to the Supreme Court, which is a bunch of appointed monarchs. So the cop requests to search your vehicle. while you're filming, you give consent and then revoke it. And this is I revoke consent. Stop searching. You have to say it out loud. It has to be stated aloud. You can't say stop searching. You have to say it out loud. I revoke consent. Stop searching. You can show him the card and point at it and say I revoke consent. That's not as powerful as making a clear, unequivocal statement. And that's that. I want to get that across to you so that you don't end up going to the dungeon or him searching your car, and then the federal judge says, "Well, it's not fruit of the poisonous tree." Because you didn't state for him to stop searching your car. You state it out loud. You state it. It's got to be stated. So then number 5 on the driver's side, he says he smells something in a state with legal, medicinal, or recreational. Filming the cop or state, smell is not probable cause. The 2021 case of Commonwealth versus Barr, smell is not probable cause. So cop says he's calling in a canine unit. Filming, while you're filming, remember, everything says while filming. Everything says while filming because step 1 is to start filming. You don't turn the camera off for any reason. That's why you have your registration, your license on a laminated card. Your registration and proof of insurance on a laminated card. So while you're filming, you show the card or you state extending the stop violates my rights. 2018, Rodriguez versus United States, cop cannot extend the stop to call in a canine without reasonable articulable suspicion. So this is what's so important. This is what's so important. This is just, oh, is that the Justia one here? Is that what you're talking about? Colin over there at DLZ Clips. Oh, Hill versus Houston. No, I was looking for the, so before I keep going here, I want to show Nicholas, let's see what we got here. I don't have your email, Colin. Oh, that's in situation. Let me switch over to delete laws here real quick. Oh, is that right? Okay, Zachary, I got your email here. You are the trifold winner. Yeah, I'll send you out a trifold, Zachary. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for reminding me. I super appreciate it. Zach, make sure you stay on me. Make sure you stay on me about that. Now, there's not going to be any violence in this, is there, DLZ Clips? Because I don't want them to demonetize this stream. I want people to be able to see this video and not get jacked up by being demonetized because they... Oh, Zach Wester only got 12 years. What a shame. What an absolute, total, and complete shame. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody push the like button real fast. Hit the like button and then drop in the comment section, JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig. JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig. So the Fifth Amendment cop card comes out next week. When I send it to you, I send you 2. One for you, one to give the cop. You're going to get it back from him because it's your property. If he takes it, he takes it. You have it on film. And then we can sue him. You have standing for him stealing. And since you purchased it, it had value. And if it had value and he took it, he's stealing, which means you can sue him and maybe even get charges pressed against him because you have it on camera. If he steals your 5A cop card because you got 2, you didn't have 1, you give 1 to the cop because there's no point in you having a 5A cop card and reading it if he doesn't have one in his hand too. You got to have 2 of the 5A cop card. It can't be 1. You have to have 2. So that way you can have 1 to read, you can have 1 to give to him. And it's a front and back. Driver, non-driver. This comes out next week. So really looking forward to that. Jackboot Thug Pig is rolling through the comment section. Yeah, you know, to be honest with you and to be as transparent as I can, as you guys know, I'm all about it. I've been thinking about, you know, Sean Reyes and Long Island Audit and how there's no third party over police and they are literally doing Gestapo gangster tactics against that man. And I didn't know he had 4 kids at home under the age of 6. Maybe I'd have more empathy, but he should have had more empathy when he went on a troll channel and called me a grifter. So it goes both ways. Long Island Audit, you should apologize, dude, so that we can at least try to create some unity. Listen, I'm not going to respect you till you apologize. It's just that simple. So I don't want to get too lost on that, but I am watching what's going on with LIA, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's nasty, and I'm not okay with it. And I think I could help him. I know I can. So it matters. You are so welcome for the education. Thank you so much, Belinda. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got, with what God gave me. I'm not perfect. I'm not super religious. I'm not some Bible beater or Quran beater. I'm not Mohammed or Jesus. I just believe in God, and I think that everybody has a destiny and a path. I don't think anything is coincidental. I don't think anything's done by accident. I don't think God makes mistakes. I think your life is magical. You may not understand your purpose here. You may never understand your purpose here, but there's one for you, and you matter. You matter to people. You matter to the world. You go off in yourself, and it matters to a lot of people around you. It matters to society. So you are important. You are worth me sitting here and teaching you. You are worth me sending you a free trifold that you can print at home. You are worth my effort. You are worth life. You're worth being loved, and you're important. So I know that. And so I'm doing the best I can with what I got, Belinda. I appreciate your support. So as we continue down the line here, Tom, good to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. So I'm going to show you part of this video because it's so long. DLZ, why don't you cut that down to 8.5 minutes, and we'll just we'll re-air that whole thing, because this is an hour and like 15 minutes long. So I'm going to share this with you guys, and we're going to watch a little bit of it. DLZ Clips, if you can hit me in the private chat, let me know the high points so that I can jump to those high points in the video. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate the compliment. Chalk Professor, always good to see you. Liberty, good to see you. Sacramento, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? Hit the like button. That help me out. Just hit the like button. Just take a second, but it does help me. So I appreciate it. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this video that DLZ Clips sent me. To be perfectly honest with you, I see most videos, but Colin at DLZ Clips will tell you, I'm working so freaking hard right now. I'm working so hard right now. You know, honestly, I could sit here and cry with how hard I'm working right now. I'm all work and no play. And I've been all work and no play for months and months and months. And so I'm going to have to, you know, when I travel in October, I'm taking off in October to go see a couple activists who are getting railroaded. I'm going to go help them. And, you know, Long Island Audit, I'd love to help you out and go over to that precinct and take a camera and put it in Pat Lynch's face and ask him what the flock he thinks he's doing. I'd like to know. He has no right to do what he's doing. It's unbelievable what's happening to that guy. It's unbelievable. You're watching the gangster Gestapo 1950s mobs. It's the cops today or the mob. I can't believe what I'm seeing happen to this guy. And he's a super popular guy. He's probably the most popular guy in 1A. It's unbelievable to me that this is happening to him. It makes me sick to my stomach. And I don't want to, you know, share my empathy for somebody who I don't like. If the guy apologizes, we can get over it. But he's getting cheated so bad. It's horrible to watch. I wouldn't have ran, by the way. Those cops follow me to my house in unmarked cars. I'll stand right there, bro. The difference is that if you come at me and you're in an unmarked car and you're not wearing a badge and uniform and you come at me, bro, I'll throw your ass on the ground. Don't come at me like that. You'll get your ass put on the ground quick. I fought for 20, 30 years in a cage, 20, 30 years on a mat. You come running up to me like that, you'll go on the ground. It'll take me 2 seconds to throw you on the ground. So I'm just not going to put up with that crap. Brooklyn Audit is in the room, everybody. I love Brooklyn Audit's channel. One of the few auditors that I watch is Brooklyn Audits. So really like that guy's channel. So let's get into this video and let's take a look at it. Is it Hampton? Is that what it is? Is this the right one? This is the right one. Let's get into this a little bit. Let's check this out. I hope there's not too much violence in here because I don't want this stream to be demonetized, because I want to make sure that people get to watch this about the 5A cop card. Really matters to me. I really want to make sure. Oh yeah. Jeebus Crisp, 100% correct. Are you talking about Ironton? Ironton and that entire tri-state area of Ashland and West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky is such a dirty little armpit of America. It's just so bad over there. It's just, they're cheating the people constantly. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. So this is from South Arkansas Weather Channel, I suppose. 746 views just 2 days ago. Wow. So nobody's really seen this. This is an undiscovered video. Only 2 comments. Wow. DLZ Clips, drop the link for this on the YouTube page, on your YouTube page, on my YouTube page, and drop it into the group chat here. You have to put it on the actual YouTube page. It doesn't work as well if you don't put it on the actual YouTube page. And then, oh, so, well, if that wasn't action-packed, but it surely was strange. So Karen said that. Seems like she thinks they're on a date or something. Oh, okay. So this is a Hampton, Arkansas police officer Davis. Okay, well, let's watch a little bit of this and see where it goes. So the body cam, there it is. So just so you know, unless they cut that off, the first 30 seconds is supposed to be just blank screen. We're supposed to just hear, we're supposed to just see and not hear. So I wonder what they cut off, what they didn't show us happened. We can't hear it, but they didn't show it either. And then, of course, it looks like he's got a blue line tattoo on his arm. See that right there? Is that not a blue stripe tattoo? I believe that is a blue stripe tattoo. So we know right off the bat this is a jackboot thug pig.
Hey.
This is
Hey,
only,
how are you doing?
This is 10 minutes, you guys. This is 10 minutes.
So I'm just sitting here. So I'm doing pretty good. I know I'm wondering whenever you was going to see me.
You said what?
Flashlight on my eyes, papers.
I'm sorry.
So once again, the jackboot thug pig is shining his light in his eyes. I tell you what, I don't tolerate that.
I appreciate that. As I said that dish light, I'm sorry. But I was wondering if when you was going to come see me, I talked really low, right? And my friends hate it. I hate it. So I was really strange. If you can't hear me, just don't feel bad about saying or whatever. It's how I talk. I'm trying to talk better. The hardest habit to break, I swear.
Let's see if we can. Okay, so she says here, I'm just going to read these for people who can't hear it because I can't hear. Good. I know whenever you flashlight on my eyes.
I'm sorry.
So she says she appreciates that he takes the light out of her eyes.
That dish light, I'm sorry. But I was wondering if when you was going to come see me, I talk really low, right? And my friends hate it. I hate it. So I was really.
She says she talks really low and she hates it that she talks really low. That's why we can't hear her.
If you can't hear me, just don't feel bad about saying or whatever. It's how I talk. I'm trying to talk better. The hardest habit to break, I swear.
Okay.
I was wondering when you was going to come give me a shout for your badge and your gun and wonder what this girl was up to.
We just got a call in for a welfare concern. I was coming to check on you.
Really?
Okay, so if he's concerned about her coming to check on her, he now knows she's okay. He can leave, but he doesn't.
Yeah, you've been up here for a little while, just sitting in your car and just checking on you.
The right tags, like they know that people should know that and think, like, okay, that's well, I have Kansas, there's Missouri tags, but I've drove a long way. Like I'm tired, and like I keep stopping every time I get tired and just chill out, cause I don't know.
What is that?
What?
In your hand?
A pencil?
Okay. I was just wondering it.
I didn't realize it was in my hand. I was like, what the fuck is that in my hand?
Okay. You have your ID on you?
No.
So right there. So do you have ID on you? Now you guys are seeing why I created the trifold and the 5A cop card. So this right here, it says right there, I don't have to give my ID unless there's probable cause. She's not driving a vehicle. That means she's a non-driver. You don't have to give your ID. This is why I created the 5A cop card, so that you don't get caught up thinking you got to give some jackboot thug pig your identification when you don't.
Yes.
Can I see it, please?
So he says, can I have some ID?
No. Yes.
Can I see it, please?
I forgot it. I got it. State trooper got me over. But he was pulling a foot. He let me go. I just got a ticket for not having my driver's license. It was like behind. This thing's so old, it was behind this the whole time. That's my son's picture. Like, it's crazy. I I actually want you to run a morning check because, I mean, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
especially in Arkansas, will it do Louisiana too?
oh, if they have it in our city.
She clearly doesn't know her rights. The moment he walked up, she should have put the trifold or the Fifth Amendment cop card in his face and said, "I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent." That's your job. Invoke your rights.
In the system, then yeah. If they have it in the system.
What's the statute of limitations?
What do you mean?
The statute of limitations.
It just depends if they want to come get you or whatever. If you
what's
do.
the statute of limitations? That ain't got nothing to do with that.
I don't know Louisiana.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, it just depends on what the charge is. If it's just a little misdemeanor, 3 years.
It's always the same, isn't it?
No, it depends on what the charge is.
I'm just messing with you.
And so the 24.
No, actually, honestly, pays out.
24. Go ahead.
I wish she would stop talking.
Can you repeat the license number, please?
License number is Edward John 9, Paul 6 John. It's going to be out of Missouri. I have a Kansas 2930.
Why would she give a jackboot thug pig her ID when there's no probable cause and she's not driving?
When ready? It's just police code.
The license wasn't coming in exactly clear, so I'm sorry, could you repeat it one more time, please? Right.
They're getting... It's going to be Edward John 9, Paul 6 John. Repeating, Edward John 9, Paul 6 John.
Thank you, 10-4.
SO. I have a 2930 by number out of Kansas.
No control, sir. Right, it wouldn't be go ahead with the DL.
It's going to be King 04068002. Repeating, King 04068002.
What did you say? 204068002.
Negative. It's going to be King at the beginning. King. Repeating entire DL number. It's going to be King 04068002.
And she's just sitting there letting this guy waste her time.
No, my radio's just not getting out good.
Well, try and put it on my email. I guess it's on
Your radio is
So you're not allowed to just sit there in Hampton, Arkansas? You can't just sit there and just relax in the... It looks like she's in a car wash. She's just sitting there minding her own business, but she's not allowed to do that?
like in and out.
Wait a minute. How do you find these on their own cars?
Stand by.
Stand by for what?
Like, so you ever seen
Is that your rental car paperwork? Let me
Is
see.
that going to help you out? Or do you just want to look at it? Be nosy.
I'm just looking at it.
I
It'll
don't
help.
think nobody get a welfare check. Because that's what they all talks. That don't have something to say. That don't have no reason to pull somebody over. That I've ever...
No, you're out of business.
That's the rumor. Like, that's the rumor, though. Is that true?
You're out of business
I know,
for
but
a long
I
period of
already
time.
talked to
And,
business owners.
yeah.
He's cool with it. Like, he's cool.
Yeah.
Unless, is he the one
I
that
just
called?
I just have to do
Is
what
he the
I.
one that called?
Mhm.
He was?
Hold on a second. So listen to what he says. His reasonable articulable suspicion is that she's at a 24-hour business that's a car wash. and that makes him suspicious. She's not allowed to sit at a business. This isn't loitering. This isn't a government facility.
At a business.
That's a rumor. Like that's.
You're at a business.
That I've ever
No, you're at a business.
That's the rumor. Like that's the rumor though. Is that true?
You're at a business for a long period of time. And
So she said, you just come over here and say it's a welfare check, and the rumor is that you just do that for a reason to stop people. And then he creates a reason besides a welfare check as to why he's there, that she's at a business, so that makes him suspicious. What a piece of shit.
I'm just looking at it.
I'm just
Who
wondering,
the
I don't
hell?
think nobody get a welfare check. Because that's what they all talk.
I think nobody get a welfare check, is what she says. It's hard to understand her.
They don't have something to say.
They don't have something
They
to
don't
say.
have no reason to pull somebody over.
They don't have a reason to pull someone over.
That I've ever
No, you're at a business.
That's the rumor.
Oh, the rumor is that they pull people over and say it's a welfare check. That's a fact, honey. Don't hide the truth. Just say it.
Like that's the rumor though. Is that true?
You're at a business
I know,
for
'cause
a
I
long
talked-
period of
I
time.
talked to
And
him this on.
Yeah.
He was cool with it. Like we was cool.
Yeah.
Unless was he the one
I
that
just
called?
have to do
Was
what
he the
I.
one that called? He was?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see the CAD report on that. I'd like to know if the business owner called the police on her, because if he called the police on her, then it's not a welfare check, is it?
Okay. See, that's what I'm talking
Just
you can't
concerned
trust-
about
that's
you.
why I don't like talking. Oh, he wasn't concerned.
What a liar. He's not concerned about her. He's trying to find a reason why he can arrest her. You lying jackboot thug pig.
He
He wasn't
was.
concerned. No, he wasn't.
And now she's disagreeing with him and she's still talking.
Are you under the influence of anything?
And now she's going to answer questions.
Oh, no.
Because you're slurring a lot.
I didn't watch it. I'm telling you.
She already said she talks low. She started off by saying you don't talk to cops. Listen to this pig. God, my blood is boiling.
See, this what they
That
got
you're
here?
sleepy?
Yes.
You don't slur that much when you're sleepy.
Who the fuck knows when I slur how much I slurred? I'm sleepy. Really?
Finally, a little defiance from her instead of saying that's the rumor.
Well, don't-
I'm just
don't
asking-
act like
I'm just
that on
asking-
me.
I'm-
Don't fucking-
No, you're not just asking. He's not just asking. That is not true. Why do you think, right on the trifold, for biggest thing is I invoke my right to remain silent. Why do you think that's there? Don't ask me where I'm going, where I'm coming from, where I've been, if I've been drinking, if I have a gun. Why do you think that says it? Why do you think it's there? I put this like this for you. I did this for you so that you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You don't talk to these jackboot thug pigs. He's gone around and around. It's a welfare check. No, the owner of the business called. I'm just here to check on you. Which is it, pig? Which is it? If this woman had my trifold or she had the 5A cop card and I saw this on video, I'd be finding a lawyer in Arkansas to file that federal civil rights lawsuit. Jackboot thug pig. You were right, DLZ Clips. My blood is just boiling right now. I'm just freaking hot.
I'm not.
Don't do that. You're
I'm
trying
hot.
to
Have I raised my voice?
I'm raising mine. I should stop right now. I'm gonna start right now. I'm so sorry, officer. Oops. Bad habit.
But you're escalating it into something that's
I
not.
know.
Oh, really? She's escalating it? You've lied 3 or 4 times now so far, pig.
I was just asking questions.
Yeah, you don't have a right to question me without my attorney present. And if you do, you violate my Fifth Amendment right if you invoke it.
Very. Come on here. We should try to. Well, no, I'm here to help my grandmother. Like, my grandmother.
Why are you telling him about your grandma? Don't tell him a damn thing about your life. I'm sorry for stopping this, but let me just be clear with everybody. He's trying to arrest her. He's trying to find a way to charge her with a crime. He's saying you're slurring your speech. You've been drinking? If she's been drinking and she's in a car, well, then she's drunk driving just because she's in a car, which I'm going to change as governor. I'm going to change that. You have to be driving the vehicle to get a DUI. You have to be driving down the road, and you have to actually commit an infraction. We're going to get rid of DUI checkpoints when I'm governor in the state that I'm governor. Facts. And I can do it as the governor. You have so much power as governor, it's unbelievable. There's going to be such a push to stop me. I'll need your support then more than ever.
I'm late. I can get back.
Asking questions.
I'm just very. Come on here. We should try to. Well, no, I'm here to help my grandmother. Like, my grandmother, I'm bringing her back up in me, but I'm late. I can get back just because I'm just trying to. I'm like, oh, I'm just going at my own pace. Trying to reconnect and. So I just don't. I just wish I don't like this food. I remember Arkansas being like we were just messing with people, and after living up there, it just you got messing with me. Like,
Where did you get pulled over at, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just
really
wondering,
got
was it here in Arkansas?
I don't know. I think it was Missouri actually. Is that where you get? Oh yeah.
Check the private chat, Colin.
No, it's Arkansas.
I have nothing to hide. Like,
It's
nothing.
Arkansas. Boone County, Harrison City, speeding more than 50.
Boone County, Arkansas.
Is that your job? Description for real? Like, come over there. What do they tell you to do?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just really curious. I really am curious. I'm not like talking shit.
Wow. So she's asking him, what's your job? Like I always say, what's a cop's job? In Boone County, Arkansas, Harrison City.
Is that your job? Description for real? Like, come over there. What do they tell you to do?
What do they tell you to do as a cop? Fair question. They tell him to arrest as many people as he can. And just so you guys know the facts, at the end of every single month, inside of the Jackboot Thug Pig Department, they have a leaderboard. Oh, Officer Johnson got this many arrests. Officer Schneider got this many arrests. Oh, yeah, Officer Schmidt got this many arrests. And he wins this month's contest for who got the most arrests. They have competitions for who can arrest the most people. Mothers Against Drunk Driving gives cash, bonuses, trophies, awards, plaques, has banquets, honors cops who get the most DUIs in a weekend. His goal is to arrest her and impound her car, steal her money, and take her to a dungeon. That's his job. That's his job. So just remember that. Everything she's saying is absolutely factual. She's not saying anything here that's not factual. And now she's asking good questions, which is, what's your job?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just really curious. I really am curious. I'm not like talking shit. I'm really not talking shit.
No, you should talk shit.
I'm just really curious. I've always wanted to know these things.
I'm a law enforcement.
No, he's not a law enforcement officer. He's a peace officer. He's not a law enforcer. None of them go to law enforcement school. None of them.
Enforcement officer.
No, you're not, Jackboot Thug Pig.
Yeah.
I'm also
How old are you?
26.
They hired a 26-year-old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't find it disrespectful to you younger guys. 26, you're not even developed yet. You should be 35 years old to be a peace officer. On. Okay. So you're just too young. You're just too young to be a peace officer. Come on. At 20.
Yeah. I guess it's on his
Where your radio is going in and out.
Wait a minute. How do you find these on his rental cars?
Stand by.
You ever seen rental cars? Like, so you ever seen them?
Is that your rental car paperwork?
Is that going to help you out? Or do you just want to look at it? You know,
I'm just looking at it.
I'm just wondering,
It'll
I don't
help.
think nobody did a welfare check. Because that's what they all cops. They don't have something to say. They don't have no reason to pull somebody over.
No, you're out of business.
That's the rumor. Like, that's the rumor, though. Is that true?
You're out of business for a long period of time. And, yeah.
He's cool with it. Like, he's cool with it.
Yeah.
Unless, was he the one that called?
I just have to do
was
it.
He the one that called?
Mm-hmm.
He was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Just concerned about you.
That's why I don't like walking. Oh, he wasn't concerned.
He
wasn't
was.
concerned. No, he wasn't.
Well, are you under the influence of anything?
No, I'm not.
Because you're slurring a lot.
I get watched it. They're telling me. See, it's what they
That you're sleepy?
Yes.
You don't slur that much when you're sleepy.
Who the fuck knows what I slur? How much I slur if I'm sleepy? Really? Well, don't.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm not.
Don't do that. You're trying.
Have I raised my voice?
I'm raising mine. I should stop right now. I'm so sorry. Oops. Bad habit.
But you're escalating it into something that's not.
I get that.
I was just asking questions.
I'm just very. It's not here. We're just trying to. Well, no, I'm here to help my grandmother. Like my grandmother, I'm bringing her back up there with me, but I'm late. I didn't get back because I'm just trying to. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going at my own pace, trying to reconnect and. So I just don't. I don't like this food. I remember Arkansas being like people just messing with people, and after living up there, it just. People got messing with me. Like,
Where did you get pulled over at, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just wondering. Was it here in Arkansas?
I don't know. I think it was Missouri, actually. Is that where you? Oh yeah.
No, it's Arkansas.
I have nothing to hide. Like,
It's Arkansas. Boone County, Harrison City, speeding more than 15.
Is that your job? Sure, for real. Like, go over there. What do they tell you to do?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just really curious. I really am curious. I'm not like talking shit. I'm really not talking shit. I'm just very, really curious. I've always wanted to know these things.
I'm a law enforcement. I'm a law enforcement officer.
Yeah.
I'm also
How old are you?
26.
Oh my gosh.
I've been doing it for about 5 years now, though.
I get it. Now you are great at what you do. I should have respect. I just need to show more respect. I'm so sorry. But you gotta see where I come from too.
All right, let me go use my car radio real quick. I'll be right back, okay? .24 SO. Be advised, my handheld isn't getting out well. At 2930 Kansas will be King 04068 Repeating, King 04068 Also, if you need me to repeat that 1028.
yet. From here, it looks like your modem's offline, but let me see. And the name of the business?
1 second, ma'am. Name of the business is Ethics SCS LLC.
Thank you very, very much, Jose. Just make sure I'm looking at the right account, so.
Okay.
See what's here.
Sorry about that. Are we back? Give me a 5x5 if we're back online. Let me know if we are back online. Okay. So we didn't lose too many people. I'm not sure what's going on, man, but I got to call you back. Okay. I got hundreds of people watching my live stream.
We'll be here.
Thank you. Will you just double check for me and find out what's going on with the internet?
I'll put a note in here.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that. So Zach, I got your email about your free trifold. That's going to come out to you. Let's jump right back into this. I'm super frustrated. So I apologize. That was really frustrating. My internet just turned off for no reason. Just so frustrating. So frustrating. It was so irritating. Okay, so I believe that we were 8 minutes in. We're right about here. And we're only going to go to 10 minutes on this particular one. Thanks, you guys. Everybody hit the like button if you would, please. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I'm going to call that internet back. You know, I'm pretty good about not flipping out on people. I just am super, super aggressive. And it's okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support. Doing the best we can with what we got. Oh, really, Charlie? Charlie found a bug he was trying to chase down. Okay, let's get back into this. We're going to go right back into this video.
But I'm late. They didn't get back. I'm just trying to. Oh my God. What is it going on? Hey. I've always wanted to know these things.
I'm a law enforcement officer.
Yeah.
I'm also
How old are you?
26.
Oh my gosh.
I've been doing it
She laughed when he said he was 26. Let's see how long he's been being a pig.
for about 5 years now, though.
So he started at 21. 21-year-old kid walks up to me wearing a badge. I'm going to tell him to go home. Go get the green from behind his ears.
I get it. Now you probably are great at what you do. I just so.
Great at what you do? Boy, this woman is delusional.
It's respect. I just need to show more respect. I'm so sorry.
So I just need to show more respect? No, you don't. He's violating you. He's trying to arrest you.
But you gotta see where I come from too.
And 24.
All right, let me go use my car radio real quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Let's hear what he says, and then we're going to jump up to 33 minutes. Colin over at DLZ Cook said at 33 minutes something happened, so we'll jump up there in a second. Let's just hear what he says to dispatch.
"24 SO. Be advised, my handheld isn't getting out well. That 2930 out of Kansas will be King 04. King. "24 SO. Did you copy that traffic?"
Registration is valid. Status, I'm sorry, is valid.
So her registration's valid, her driver's license is valid.
Expires on 4/25/2026.
So her registration's valid, her insurance is valid.
1052.
So at this point, the jackboot thug pig should leave her alone.
10-4. Do you need me to repeat that 1028?
Okay, let's jump ahead to 33 minutes right here.
Yeah, she probably will refuse it. I don't think it's alcohol.
Oh, so he's just assuming she's on drugs.
Welfare concern up here at the car wash.
Oh, I thought that the owner of the car wash called in and said that there was someone sitting in his business. He lied.
The car wash owner stopped me.
So which is it? Checking on her for her safety, or it's a criminal complaint? Which is it?
See if you can possibly talk her into doing these tests so I can ease my mind a little bit, but
Oh, bullshit, dude. You're trying to make her take tests to arrest her. Don't lie, you jackboot thug pig. You're not trying to ease your mind. You're trying to arrest somebody.
but I don't know what else to do because I don't want to take her and she's not high. She might be telling me the truth, but
I don't want to take her. Kidnap her, you mean?
all right.
Dispatch number 798-2323.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm still out with her. I can't tell if she's freaking high or not. she's throwing me for a loop here. But
He's a 26-year-old kid. She's throwing you for a loop, bro. Probably not real hard. You're 26, and you've been a jackboot thug pig since you were 21. She's throwing you for a loop because she's just sitting there minding her own business?
21's on the way here. All right. You said what? Huh? Why does that matter?
Because I don't like that. What are you trying to do?
Why are you so paranoid about it?
Because I hate.
What are you talking about? You're a jackboot thug pig.
Because I get it. I know. Like,
Okay.
I told you that earlier, but you don't know when you're losing. Trust me. You're not the only one. Like, you know, it's my son involved too, so don't. He's 7 years old.
Okay.
So, don't pretend like anything about me is anything. Because I'm just his mother. And it's going nuts. For real. I got hell ass. But, so this is my entertainment. I took my vacation. And I just said I'm going to be whatever I want to be. So I'm just going to get my car and go. I want to actually wash it. I really did want to wash it. But I don't I don't want you to bug me. Like,
You're not leaving
I don't want you to bug me. Fair enough.
until you're free to leave, okay?
What does that mean? Am I being arrested?
No.
Then I can leave.
No, but you're
I can
you're
leave.
lawfully detained. If you leave,
I
I'll
know.
Lawfully detained for what?
let you out.
Please,
I will put
arrest
you in a
me,
dash.
officer. Be the asshole and do that.
Okay.
You know that'd be the wrong
Oh, so
move.
she called him an asshole, so now he's insulted.
You really would do that over freaking...
Nope. Nope.
Really?
Nope.
You
Put
really
them
don't...
behind your
You
back.
are...
Put them behind your
Wow.
back. Put them behind your back.
Wow.
Then put them behind your back.
Wow.
Damn arm.
Then put your hands.
Hey, I will. Let me go my arm. What are you, crazy?
Hands
Oh
behind your
my
back.
God.
Hands behind your back.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it.
Hands behind your
okay,
back.
I will, but stop
Now.
doing that, okay? Don't hurt me.
Hands behind your back.
Oh
Fucking
my
actually
God.
hurting me. You fucking ass.
Hands
Man, stop hurting me. You're
Hands behind
hurting me.
your back.
Fuck no, man. You're hurting my arm. Quit. Quit. What do you think
Stop.
you're doing?
Wow.
I'm a woman who's done nothing. Like, are
Hands
you
behind your
serious
back.
right
So
now?
that clicking sound is he put cuffs on one of her arms, and she doesn't look drunk or impaired to me. Look at her eyes, clear as day.
Hands behind your
Stop
back.
working crap.
Hands behind your back.
I'm angry too, okay? You're
Okay,
angry
be
and I'm
angry.
angry.
Be angry.
No. She called him an asshole, and so she thinks he's angry, and she's right, and now she's angry.
You arrest me, that's not fair. You got that you got that card, you playing that card. I ain't do nothing, man, you know it. And you trying to put me in handcuffs?
Hands behind your back.
You know how scary
Hands
handcuffs
behind
are?
your back.
Exactly. You know how scary handcuffs are? Hands behind your back. Now you have to be shackled like a pig.
Imagine being handcuffed,
Hands
man.
behind your back.
You lose freedom.
Hands behind
Losing your freedom. She's exactly correct. She's saying everything right.
your back.
Like, this is the most...
Stop.
Oh my
This is the
God.
most abuse of power, man. I swear to
Stop.
Wow. For sitting in a car wash.
Then stop.
That hurts.
Then stop.
Ow.
Then stop.
Stop
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop. 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 Stop.
Good, I'm good.
Stop.
I am. Let me
Put your other hand behind your back.
Here, I'll-
Other hand behind your back.
It just hurts.
Behind your back.
Dude, that hurts.
Behind your
Don't do that. That hurts. Please, 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 please.
Okay, you got one more chance and I'm putting you on.
Wow. Please, that hurts. And he says, you got one more chance. I'm going to put you on the ground.
God damn.
And
Don't do that. That hurts. Please, 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 please.
Okay, you got one more chance and I'm putting you on the ground.
God damn.
and it is on my Christian.
You have to agree with your oppressor that you'll be oppressed. And this was only July 14th, 2023.
So it is, you know, en route, and
So angry.
it is showing me.
This is what happens when you get angry around the 5-0.
This is what happens when you're angry around 5-0.
When you get angry at a cop.
You're angry at a cop. He gets to torture you.
I
Wow.
just told you everything. Like, and you
What
you
a
know it.
psycho.
You know it.
Yeah, but then you made threats of fleeing
I didn't
from me,
make a
so
police officer. I
you just made threats of fleeing from me, so come on.
What did you do?
Just made a threat to flee. She said she wanted to leave. He turns it into a threat to flee.
Come on.
01.
Hey, look at me for a
Come on.
second. Look at.
I've looked at you long
no,
enough.
Oh, really? So you've been the dick this whole time? I'm not detaining you because I did nothing wrong. Oh, you'll put me in the back because you're okay. This is who you are.
This is who.
I
Yeah,
really thought
that's who he is, honey.
she was about something, man. I really did.
My
I'm
blood is
scared.
boiling.
I'm really happy. I can't go nowhere. I can't kill someone. I'm not. I'm
That doesn't mean anything. You got legs,
I
don't
can't
you?
breathe when I get close to the door.
Okay, I'll turn the air on.
Nobody wants to be put in a claustrophobic little area, shackled like a pig, and then they strap you in a cage with bars. And this man's kidnapped her.
So you can, and I'll roll down the window.
What the fuck is air in the window going
Here.
35 days.
I'll roll down the window.
on?
Get in the car.
I'm a human.
Get in the car.
Dude,
Dude, he doesn't care about you.
In the car.
what are you
In the car.
doing?
In the car.
He's being a jackboot thug pig.
Please stop.
In the car.
Oh, honey. Honey, this video is going to blow up. This video is going to blow up. As soon as other auditors see this video is going to go viral. I think Brian over at Here's the Deal could recut this into a proper story, and this video is going to get hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions. This is absolute tyranny. She's sitting in a gas station parking lot, in a car wash parking lot, minding her own business. He started off saying it was a welfare check. And now he's got her in torture cuffs and she's begging, "Why are you doing this to me? This is horrible. This is who you are. This is terrible." Yeah, this is who he is.
What are you doing?
In the car.
I can't breathe like that. I swear. I really can't. I have anxiety. I'm fucking tired.
Okay.
I can't breathe that good. So,
I'll roll the window
don't
down.
put me in the back of the-
I'll roll the window down.
Wow.
Scoot,
You really
scoot
are
in.
this kind of person?
Scoot in.
I thought you was fucking cool.
No, he's a piece of shit,
Oh,
honey.
you better not.
Scoot in.
I'm not
All the way.
arrested right now. You used to take
All the way.
my arm. You, like, jerk my arm.
I'm texting a couple people. People have to know about this. Okay, let's take a pause right here real quick.
Why'd you
Well,
do that?
let's keep going.
Why'd you do that, man? So I got your name.
24 SO. Show one detained.
And now is he going to illegally search her car? She left her door open. She didn't lock the door. What does the 5A cop card say? Exit and lock the door. She didn't lock her door. And now he's going to illegally search her car. Bro, you're about to get sued. Hampton, Arkansas, Officer Davis, you're about to get sued, bro. Listen to him whistling, humming, so happy.
I'm out with 24.
What a piece of shit. And she's, this is for no reason. She's right. It's no reason. Wow.
I only detained her because I was talking to her. She was like, "So I can get my car and leave, right?" I was like, "No, you're not free to leave." She was like, "Well, I'm getting in my car and leaving." I was like, "Nope."
That
no,
is not what she said. She said, if I'm not detained, I'm leaving.
you're not. And she's in the back of my car now. She's kind of. Right here.
She's kind of pissed off that you put her in torture cuffs. Makes sense to me.
Let me roll the window down, or
Wow.
Hey, let's do it. I'm
just trying to
I'm Chief Jones. He's my sister. I mean,
He's your guy?
I'm this guy. I'm the supervisor.
I'm a good guy.
So, we got a call about you. We got a call about you apparently being up here, which is no problem, but they were just worried about you. So where are you
Oh,
coming
just
from?
worried about you. If you're just worried about me, why am I in torture cuffs in the back of a car? In the back of a cage.
If you don't pass the test, you're not gonna take any test. I said, are you gonna take any test? Yes. If you, because this officer believes you're under the influence. You believe she's under the influence?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
I can't drive, then I'm incapacitated to drive.
Yes, that's what he believes.
Wow. All he has to say is he believes it. Doesn't matter if you are or not.
Now,
No, he didn't say that. You put words in his mouth.
there are,
He didn't say that. He said on the radio he doesn't believe she's intoxicated.
3 tests you can take. If you do
Wow.
this,
Let's pause right here real quick. Let me share with you guys the Facebook page here. I'm going to share with you guys right now. Here's the link to the Facebook page right here. DLZ Clips, put this on the YouTube page as well. We're going to give a call over there right now. There's the Facebook page. I just put it in here. So let's take a look. We're going to come back to this video in 1 second. But before that, I hope this woman finds me because I'm going to help her sue these jackboot thug pigs. I'm going to help her sue. She's going to sue these pigs. So here that is. And let's just go ahead and give a call over there to this jackboot thug pig police department because we're not going to tolerate this. I'm going to help her sue. That's what I'm going to do.
Harrison Police Department, it's Mabel.
Mabel, who's the lieutenant or the person in charge right now at the police department?
I have Corporal Vandergrift. How can I help you?
I'd like to talk to Corporal Van. Well, I'm trying to avoid suing you guys, but
Okay. What do you need to talk with him about?
well, it's none of your business. I need to talk to him.
Okay, can I have your name?
No, I can tell you this.
Okay,
I'm
give me
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a nationally known activist, and when I call up and tell you I'm going to sue you, I usually do. So you're about to get sued. So let me talk to him and we try to head it off. You're gonna pay.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Yeah.
I'll try and get a hold of him.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'm sure. Someone look up this little shitty town and see how big it is real quick. Let's see who their city council members are. Let's start doing a little research here. I got their Facebook page. So they have 4 followers on their Facebook page, huh? Here's their Facebook page. Let's let them know on their Facebook page that we're going to redress government here. Hey Joel, good to see you. I'm just seeing your comments here on YouTube's. Wow.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm trying to.
Do you
Get
know
him on
this
the phone.
pig who
Do you
did
have-
this? Do you know the pig who did this? Who is this pig? What's his name? What's that pig's name?
Can you tell me a general idea of what this is about?
Oh yeah, you arrested a woman on July 13th who was sitting in a car wash, and I'm a constitutional law scholar. I sue lots of pigs all over the country, and you guys are about to get sued. What the hell's wrong with people? She's allowed to sit in a car wash. If the owner doesn't want her there, he can ask her to leave. But I'll tell you what, that pig's going to get sued in his individual capacity. I'm going to put his name at the top of Google. I don't give a damn if we win. I want people to know he's a jackboot thug
Okay,
pig.
are you still there?
Of course I'm still here. You can hear me.
Okay, stay on the line and I'll transfer you to my officer.
Yeah, I'll wait. So that's 13,000. I got that population right here. Thanks for telling me. You don't say put the population up there. Look up their city council members. Let's start going after each and every one of them on Facebook. Let's file a federal civil rights lawsuit against this police department. Who am I speaking with, sir?
Corporal Vandergrift, Harrison Police. Who is this?
My name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm a nationally known journalist. All my calls are recorded, and what I do is I find videos on the internet where police violate people's rights, and then I sue that police department. You guys arrested a woman on
good
July
luck with that.
13th. Good luck with that. Is that what you just said to me? And then he hung up. Good luck with that. Okay, let's have good luck with it.
Harrison Police Department, this is Mabel.
Why'd he hang up on me, Mabel?
Okay, I'm not sure, sir. So you'll have to call back tomorrow and speak with our chief of police.
How many cops are in that department?
You'll have to call back tomorrow and speak with our chief of police.
What's the name of the chief of police there?
His name is Chief Grady.
See, Chief Grotti may not understand. It's all fine and dandy, but the people who write the checks, they really don't like lawsuits.
Sir, you can contact the Harrison Police Department between 8 and 5 tomorrow and speak with Chief Grady.
Oh, so you endorse this behavior? Have you seen the video?
You can contact us tomorrow between 8 and 5.
Have you
and
seen the
speak to
video?
our
Have you
chief of
seen what they
police.
did to this woman?
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah. I dropped the link on the Facebook page in the comments here. Make sure you guys get over there and redress these. Make sure you drop both links in there, Colin. Drop it on the YouTube page as well. And that cop said, "Okay, good luck with that." Okay. Good luck with that. Okay. There's the Facebook page. I could feel my blood pressure. I got my blood pressure down to a sustainable level. I was 130/90 the other day. I think I had even 125/81 on one of my readings. And that's the lowest that my blood pressure has been in over a year. So I got my blood pressure down. And thanks, Brooklyn Audit. I appreciate that, man. I'm just so pissed off right now. I am so pissed off right now. Like, I cannot, like, my hands are sweating. My underarms are sweating. I'm angry. I can feel my heart rate going crazy. Mongoose, give a 1 star on their website. Very good, Mongoose. Let's everybody head over there. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Like my friend DPN, rest in peace, said. Okay, I'll check the chat right now. Thanks, Colin. I appreciate it. Okay, got it. Thanks, Colin. I appreciate that. Okay, we have more Facebook pages to look up here. Thank you, Colin, over at DLZ Clips. Make sure you guys get over there and subscribe to the backup channel. Colin's putting in some good work. So here is the city of Harrison. Here they are right here. So these folks right here. Oh, look at this. You can send a message to each and every one of them. Okie dokie. Let's begin. Let's begin. Ward 3, position 1, Ward 2, Ward 2. Okay, let's see what happens when I go to send a message. Let me see. Okay, so here it is. Can you guys see what I see? Let me open this big for you guys so you guys can see what I do here. Here's this. I just dropped that link in there, Colin. Make sure you put it in. Thanks, Peter. So let's begin the redressing of government here. I'm going to open this big. I gave you guys the wow. The copper's full name. I'm going to do 2 things here. First, I'm going to share that. I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to share the video again so you guys can get the cop's name. The cop's name is Davis. It's Hampton Police Department, and the cop's name it's here. You see it at the top right here? Hampton, Arkansas Police Officer Davis.
I can't go to you. I'm tired. My grandmother's had a stroke.
Okay.
A stroke. I'm trying to get to my grandmother.
Where is she at?
She's trying to get to her grandma's house who had a stroke. She's just taking some time off in the car wash parking lot.
She's in Monroe, Louisiana.
Someone find the name of that car wash too. I want to call the owner. What's the name of the car wash? Can we figure out that car wash, anybody? Can we figure out?
But you already know this. Why do you do that?
So you're coming from Missouri?
Kansas.
Missouri?
Kansas.
Okay.
It's Copper Harris is his name.
Is there anything you call this
What's the name of that what's the name of that car wash?
What person was it? You got personal items?
A little bit of research and you'll find the name of the car
I'm
wash.
just asking.
Because it's just like boring stuff.
Okay. Yes, you're going to take the test and know you're
No,
not.
I don't want to take it. Unless I'm going to jail. Then I'll take it.
Well, no, you can't. That ain't how it
It
works.
does how it works that way. You don't treat me like a human, right?
No, that is how it works.
Okay. Yes, you're going to take the test and know you're
No, I
not.
don't want to take it. Unless I'm going to jail. Then I'll take it.
Well, no, you can't. That ain't how it
It
works.
does how it works that way.
What a jackboot thug pig system. You take the test or you're going to jail. If you don't take the test, you're going to jail.
You don't treat me like a human, right?
Okay. Are you going to take the test?
Okay.
Are you going to? No.
She didn't do anything wrong. She's just sitting there. What's the name of the... So if the population's 2,000 people... So you don't say is saying it's the population of 2,000 people in 2021. Thank you. You don't say. He corrected himself from earlier. That means we should be able to find. I'll look myself here. Oh, F you, Brandon. F you, dude. Get the flock off my page, dude. Go eat a ham sandwich, Bo. Get the flock out of here. I help hundreds and hundreds of people regularly. Suck my. Get the flock off my page, you bootlicking piece of shit. Get off my page. I don't give a damn what you think, dude. You're a loser. So, okay. So we got Hampton, Arkansas Police Department Officer Davis, who's about to get his ass sued. If this lady contacts me, I need a lawyer in Arkansas as well to file the suit. We have people that will help write it, but I need to get a lawyer to file it. So we follow the law here. But I'll sue that jackboot thug pig in 2 seconds flat. In 2 seconds flat, I'm going to sue that piece of garbage. Let's find that. What's the name of that? It's Harrison, Arkansas. 24-hour car wash. So there's splash wash. There's splash. Okay, so it looks like here that there are just a few car washes there. There's 2 with 870 phone numbers. So let me share with you guys what I'm looking at. Let's go back to the city council members first. Let's file a complaint there first. So here is the city of Harris. Okay, so here this is. So this is Jeremy Ragland. This is the name. I'm going to copy and paste a lot of things here, but we're going to file a complaint right here. I dropped this link. Make sure you drop this link again. I want everybody to go here. Let's find that. I found the 2 car washes. It's Harrison and it's Hampton Police Department. So the town is called Harrison. It's Harrison for sure because I just Googled it. I'm sorry. Am I making a mistake here? It's Hampton, Arkansas Police Department in Harrison, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. I hope I'm saying this correctly. It's Harrison for sure. Okay, so we're going to call the car wash owner in a second. But first we're going to say... Let me send him a copy of the video. And I'm going to help this woman sue. And both cops. There it is. So then here's the rest of them right here. Feel free to copy what I put on here. Contact each and every one of these people and let them know that I'm going to sue them. Not me. I'm going to help her file a lawsuit. Sometimes I say I. What I actually mean is I'm going to help. Here's the link to that. If you guys want to file a complaint with each and every one of them. Because we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't quit. We don't stop. I'm seeing you over there. Or is this a different city council? Do we have the right city council members there? So here's the city council members here. DLZ clips, are those the correct city council members here or not? Those are the wrong city council members? Okay, so I sent a letter. I sent a letter to the wrong city council members, so disregard that one. Here's another one. I guess those are the wrong city councils. It's not my fault. It's DLZ Clips. Everybody blame DLZ. Colin, it's your fault that I put the wrong information. So everybody blame Colin right now. Put in the chat right now. It's your fault, Colin. So I made a mistake. We're going to do it again. You're allowed to contact government officials. That's a fact. That is 100% a fact. But this is the correct one. Here's the city council members for, okay, here they are. Okay, so now I have a different list for you. Please forgive me. I made a slight error here, but we have their Facebook page. So we will be able to, here's the city council members of Harrison. So this is the proper, I guess it's not as easy to contact them. Who's the mayor? Okay, so this is the mayor. He must have a Facebook page. The responsibility of the city mayor is to serve all citizens and business owners. A commitment applying to these principles and professional through our success. Mayor, there's no name. Rick something. Rick something. How do we contact them? Annual budget. We can see how much money they spend every year. Human resources. Here's the council members here. Oh, their numbers are on there. Would you look at that? Would you take a look at that? We just got, you know what, Colin? You may have made a mistake, bro. But you just went and redeemed yourself in the biggest way. Way to go, Colin at DLZ Clips. There's phone numbers here. Oh my goodness. They have their phone numbers listed. They have their phone numbers listed. Let's go ahead and redress our government. I have every right to redress government. I'm going to redress these people. I'm going to call them right now. I'm going to redress them. We're going to start with Alderman Willie Fricks. Remind me, Nicholas, to give you information about, a couple things I want you to file. I guess Willie's not going to answer. We call Willie first. We're going to leave him a message though and let him know, because I will find a lawyer in Arkansas who will sue for this woman, and we will sue them. I'll fund the lawsuit. I'll crowdfund it, and we'll sue their asses. Hey, Special Ed, what's going on, buddy? No answer. Okay, let's call the next one on the list here. I'm going down to Lily Randall. Lily. We're going to be giving you a call, Lily. I want to find the woman who got arrested. Actually, DLZ Clips made a short about this the other day. It bombed, so I took it back down. I'm going to put it back up again tomorrow. That's not how it works, Julian. That's not how it works. Nicholas? Is this Lily Randall?
Yeah.
Lily, my name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm a nationally known journalist and activist, and I just watched an arrest done in your town that's going to get you guys a federal civil rights lawsuit. I sue lots of police departments around the country, and I'm going to sue you guys next. Now, there's ways we can avoid that, because what I do is I call up and
Hey, sir.
I redress government. All my calls are recorded. Yeah, they arrested that woman at the wrong time. They arrested that woman. Your number's on the internet. You're listed as a city council member. You're supposed to serve the public. I'm not trying to bother you. I'm trying to avoid a federal civil rights lawsuit. Do you know about the arrest on July 13th by Officer Harris? Okay. No problem. She hung up. Okay, no problem. No problem. You don't want to do that? We're going to call Nikki next. I'm just redressing government. Their numbers are listed for redress. I'm calling each and every one of them. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm in no way, shape, or form breaking any law. What was that pig's name who did that to her? Officer Davis. I had an Officer Davis where I grew up on a peninsula. Officer Davis at the Hampton, Arkansas Police Department. I wonder if this one's going to answer.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 870-83-10508 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Miss Powers, my name is ChilleDeCastro. I have a fairly popular YouTube channel called Delete Laws. That's Delete Laws with a Z. I'm recording this conversation. Everything I do is transparent and live. I sue lots of police around the country, and I'm about to sue you guys. I say that so liberally. What I mean is I'm about to help a woman sue you. On July 13th of 2023, the pig named Davis, I'm sorry, it was July 14th of 2023. You can see it on his body cam footage. He went to do a welfare check on a woman in a car wash parking lot. First, he said he was doing a welfare check. Then he said it was criminal activity because the owner had complained. But then he said, oh, I'm just doing a welfare check. And then he put her in torture cuffs and he arrested her. So I'm calling to head off a lawsuit because Davis needs to be suspended for a month without pay, and every other pig on site needs to be as well. And if you don't, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you anyway. I'm going to help her sue you anyway because I don't have a bar card in Arkansas. So I'll find an Arkansas lawyer and I will sue you. And it's all ha-ha fun and games, but it comes out of your city budget, which is listed right here. It's right here on your webpage. So that means if I do sue you, your city budget's going to skyrocket because just to defend my lawsuit will cost you $50,000. Minimum. If I sound like I'm a little upset, Miss Powers, it's because I am. I'm furious. So if you go to my live stream tonight, dated today, I believe it's September 29th or September 30th. If you go to my live stream and you go to 2 hours and 23 minutes in, you'll see me leaving you this voicemail, and you'll see that I'm saying in front of thousands and thousands of people that I will sue you, that I will help someone sue you, that I will fund the lawyer that sues you, that I will help file that federal civil rights lawsuit. I will help, and I will sue you. And you think everybody says, oh, it's so funny, your LOL suit. Yeah, tell the counties who've had to pay tens of thousands of dollars to defend my lawsuits it's LOL. Tell the woman who I bankrupted in Massachusetts. She said it's an LOL suit, and then she made a video about me saying, oh, Chille, I got a judgment against her. I'm about to garnish her wages. So you want to play games with me? Let's play games. It's the 28th. It's not the 29th. Forgive me. Sorry about that. I can't keep up with all the tyranny. Anyway, I'm sure my number showed up. You're more than welcome to call me back, Miss Powers. These pigs need to be suspended without pay, and that pig who arrested her needs to be fired. He said in the radio, no, she's not impaired. Officer Davis is a pig. He said in the radio to dispatch, no, she's not impaired. I'm having a hard time with this one. I can't figure it out. Then he went back to illegally detain her, and she said, I'm going to leave if you're not detained. He said, no, you're detained. She said, you're being an asshole. Then he put her in torture cuffs. Then he arrested her. Another pig showed up and backed him up. You guys are going to be sued. And I'm going to list every one of those pigs' names in a federal civil rights lawsuit, and they're going to be at the top of Google. You're about to be redressed on your Facebook page. You think I'm the only one that's going to call you? There's going to be 100 people that call you. You are a government official. We have the right to redress you. You put your contact information online. I'm redressing you now, Miss Powers. Can't wait to talk to you again. I doubt it. You're kind of probably going to be a coward. All good. Next one. It's so let's go to Joan. Let's give Joan a call. Let's see what Joan has to say. Let's see if she's just gonna hang up. Wasn't that woman arrested when she didn't want to be arrested? So it's 10 o'clock at night. They can't take a phone call.
Hello?
Is this Joan?
Yeah,
Hi, Joan. How you doing tonight?
I'm fine.
My name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm a national known journalist and activist. All my calls are recorded. And what I do specifically, Joan, just so you know, is people send me their videos from around the country. I'm a really popular guy on the internet with millions and millions of views every day on my videos. And the reason why I'm so popular is because what I do is when I see the video of police abusing or violating people's rights, I sue that county. I sue that department. I sue the district, the borough, the municipality. I sue people. I got 5 active lawsuits now, and I think I'm going to sue you guys. So I'm just going to let you know that. I got nothing against you personally, but I'm going to sue you guys probably for $5 million. So I'd like. Good.
That'll be wonderful. I have best news I've heard today.
Really?
Thank you.
So
Don't work too hard.
is the government a tyrannical government there? They're so used to being tyrannist. They're so used to being a tyrannical group of jackboot thug pigs. You hear that? The cop on the phone said, "Oh, good. They don't give a damn about you and me. They don't care. They don't care." Calling Jonathan Lucas now. Let's call Jonathan Lucas next. If you're just getting here, reverse the tape a little bit, reverse the video, and take a look at what happened to this woman on July 14th by the pig Davis.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your...
Mr. Lucas?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to catch you asleep, sir. How you doing? I apologize if you were sleeping.
Yeah. Who is this?
My name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm a nationally known activist and journalist. All my calls are recorded. I just watched a video from Officer Davis of the Harrison County or the Hampton, Arkansas Police Department. And specifically what I do, sir, is I see these videos of police abuse and then I sue those people. And I don't... Oh, another one. As soon as they hear they're going to get sued, they just hang up. Let's give John a call. Let's give John a call real quick. Okay, let's give John a call. We're giving John Nivens a call right now. He's got a different number. 479-841-4231. I guarantee after this, all their phone numbers are going to come off the internet. You have a right to redress government. I'm not breaking any rules here at all. I have every right to redress government, and I'm going to redress my government. I have every right to redress them. I have every right to call them. I hope you guys go to their Facebook page.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Nivens?
It is.
Mr. Nivens, my name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm a nationally known journalist and activist. All my calls are recorded, and typically the reason why people contact me is when there's been some sort of tyrannical move done by the government in a particular area of the state, of the country. And then what I do is I crowdfund their lawsuit and I sue you guys. So I don't want to do that. I'm calling you to see if we can resolve this without me having to file a federal civil rights lawsuit against Officer Davis of the Hampton, Arkansas Police Department. Are you aware of the illegal arrest on July 14th, 2023 at the car wash?
I am not.
So I'd be more than willing to send you a video that shows the wrongful arrest. I would really rather not spend all my time suing you guys. I would rather there were good people in government that fired that cop and fired the guy who helped him arrest this woman wrongfully. The video is plain as day, sir. The video, I have nothing against you personally. I have no venom for you. I have no curse words for you. I have no anger for you. I don't know you. I'm very angry about watching Officer Davis arrest a woman who had went to Hampton, Arkansas to help her grandmother who was surviving a stroke. My mother had a stroke in 2020 and we couldn't see her in the hospital because of COVID. So I'm hoping that we can get somewhere here, Mr. Nivens. Mr. Nivens?
Yeah, I'm here. The appropriate place for this would be in a city council meeting and talking with their lawyer, first of all. calling me at 11 o'clock at night on a personal phone is not the appropriate venue for this.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, sir, but when they arrested that woman on July 14th, it was in the middle of the night. She was sitting in a car wash. She was trying to get home to take care of her grandma. So it was a real inconvenience for her to be handcuffed and taken away to a jail. It was a real inconvenience. So if you're slightly inconvenienced right now, I'm sorry, but it's 100,000th of a percentage of what happened to this woman on camera. Can I just leave you a voicemail or shoot you a text message and let you know where you can watch this video? Or is there an email address I can send it over to you and I'll get off the phone with you? I'm sorry for waking you up if I did.
No, like I said, the appropriate venue for this is going to be in a city council meeting where we handle all the city business. No action takes place outside of those meetings.
Oh, during minutes, during recorded minutes, is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. I'm just really, really upset. And, tens of thousands of people watch my content. And so you're going to get a lot of redressing over the next few days. People are really mad. This video is really bad. He clearly states to dispatch that he knows she's not impaired and then puts her in torture cuffs and arrests her and says she's impaired. Which is it? So I get it. You can't say anything else, Mr. Nibbins. Like I said, I got no venom for you. If, I don't want to inconvenience you any further. I just want you to realize that I am about to help this woman file a federal civil rights lawsuit. I would rather not. I would rather you guys fired that pig and you guys settled with her out of court. That's what I wish could happen. But you guys would have to admit that you guys did something wrong. So I know you can't comment on it, but that's what I would prefer happened because I sue lots of cops all over the country. The name of my channel on YouTube is called Delete Laws. And if you go 2 hours into my last live stream, you're going to see that I'm not joking. It'll cost you guys at least $50,000 to defend my lawsuit. So if we can settle out of court, it'd be a lot easier. I know you can't make a deal with me. I'm just explaining the process because I do this all the time. So is that it? Did you hang up, Mr. Nivens?
No, I'm still here.
Oh,
I
thought you hung up. Everybody else has hung up on me. At least you had the decency to have a conversation, even though it's late. I apologize. It's so late. I'm on the West Coast.
Like I said, this is the first time I have gotten a conversation of this nature. Normally, everything goes through our council.
Sure.
So we have a lawyer on retainer to handle stuff like this.
Who is the who is the attorney over there, so I can contact the city attorney and give him a notice of intent to sue?
Last name is Stone.
Okay. Is there
And he's out of El Dorado, Arkansas.
Out of El Dorado, Arkansas. Okay. Yeah, you guys are a pretty tiny town. I'm from the same kind of small town. I'm from a town of 2,000 people as well. So I really understand the politics of small towns. And what Officer Davis did was so unacceptable that I'm going to have to step in and help out. It was so unacceptable. If that was your daughter or your sister or your niece, you would be incensed when you see this video. It's unbelievable what they did to her. She's begging, crying, saying, please don't do this to me. And they did it anyway. It was horrible to watch. That's why I'm so angry. It's why I called. I didn't mean to call so late. I'm so sorry. I apologize to you, sir. I know it's on the East Coast, but that woman was big time inconvenienced. So I figure a little inconvenience for you and me is, just a thousandth, millionth of a percentage of what she went through that night. Do they do strip searches there when you go to jail? Do you get strip searched?
I have no idea.
Oh, never been in cuffs? Never been arrested?
Nope.
Wow. You only got to be put in those torture cuffs one time, and then you go, wow, I guess I do understand this guy's perspective. You only got to have your arms shackled behind your back one time, and then they put them on a little tight just once, and then you will forever be an advocate for changing torture cuffs into straps that we can easily strap people up, So, you sleeping, though? I didn't mean to catch you sleeping.
All right, bud. Have a good night. But like I said, contact the council. His name's Stone. He's out of El Dorado. He'd be the appropriate person to talk to about that and address it in the council meeting.
When is that?
Council meeting will be first Monday of every month.
Okay, so you're coming up pretty quick here. First Monday in October is going to be October 2nd.
Okay, it'll probably be after that then. It's usually the first Monday of the first full week of the month.
It actually is the first full week. Sunday's the 1st and then Saturday's the 7th. So you think it's going to be the 9th though, or is it just kind of...
It'll probably be the 9th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you can contact the city clerk. She can give you the exact date, but normally it's the first Monday of the first full week, so that should be the 9th.
Okay. Mr. Nivens, I really hope that you remember this and you take a look at that video. If you want to know the channel that the whole video is on without me interrupting, the channel is going to be the Hampton, Arkansas. It's going to be South Arkansas Weather. That's the name of the channel, South Ark Weather. If you want to watch the video on there, it was posted 3 days ago. And one of my people sent this to me. And I as soon as I saw it, I said, I'll help her sue, because this is so egregious. But yeah, I'm just hoping I can find a council member who brings this up in chambers and then says, I watched the video, this was totally wrong, and he needs to be fired. You know, it's just so bad. If that happened to your daughter, Mr. Nivens, you would come undone. She was just resting at the car wash. What car wash is that in Harrison?
In Harrison, you have the wrong town on that. This is not
Hampton, is that what it is?
Right, and we have multiple.
Oh, this was an outdoor car wash that looked like it was 24 hours.
We have multiple. There are none that are 24 hours, and we have several of them that have posted signs saying no loitering.
Right, but the cop walked up, the Davis walked up and said he was doing a welfare check at first. And then when she complied and gave ID and everything else, he just kept escalating and escalating and escalating to the point where someone like me is willing to take, just to sue you guys, it takes 100 hours of my time. So, but that's what has to happen. If I'm praying and hoping, Mr. Nivens, that a good person will see this and you guys will address it in city council. It's
yeah, this contact will be discussed in council, I'm sure.
okay. It's South Arkansas Weather is the name of the channel. It's South and then ARK. The full word South and then ARK and then Weather. That's the name of the channel if you want to take a look at the channel that posted this video 3 days ago and where I saw it, Mr. Nivens. That's just where I saw it. So if you want to find that. The name of my channel is called Delete Laws. So if you want to look at my channel, you're welcome to. And then you'll see that I actually do sue lots of police all around the country. What I do is I help them sue. I raise the money, and then I fund the lawsuit, and then I follow it through with the lawyer, and that's the steps I take.
Mr. Castro, by chance, did you do any research on me before you cold called me?
Oh, your number is listed on a government website, and I didn't. Were you a former cop?
No.
What did you do before this, Mr. Nivens, that I would need to do research on you?
All right, Mr. Castro, let's have a good night.
Oh, there was nothing? Should I research you a little bit? Was there something, a secret or something I didn't know about? I'll research you now. I got thousands of people who watch my channel, so I'll research you now if you want me to. I just don't know what you're talking about exactly. Good. Okay. You seem like a nice guy to me, though. You seem like a good guy. So I'm hoping that someone like you will see this and realize that this is tyranny and they fire that Davis cop. Terrible. And the other guy who backed her up should be suspended for a month without pay at least. He helped kidnap her. Just remember, just think about it as your niece or your daughter, and then watch that video again. Mr. Nivens?
Yep, I'm still here. Have a good night, Mr. Castro.
You got to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to take up too much of your time. I hope I didn't offend you in any way.
No, not at all.
Okay. I mean, just so you know, by tomorrow, I get 1 million views a day on my videos. There's going to be a lot of people who see this. So I just want to let you know that, okay? I'm not trying to harass you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to redress fairly and properly and respectfully.
Respectfully and firmly, you're doing a good job of. You're trying to influence me, which...
The video. I want the video to influence you. I don't want to influence you. I'm just saying that I will help her sue. I'm letting you know there's a carrot and a stick here. You know, the stick is that when you guys get sued, I'm looking at your budget right here. It's right here on the city council page. So your budget will exponentially increase if I file a federal civil rights lawsuit against you guys, exponentially, because you have to hire outside counsel. You don't have counsel there. You'll have to hire somebody to defend the lawsuit. And I don't want to do that to the people who pay taxes there. Davis should simply be fired. He radioed in, she's not impaired, and then he arrested her for being impaired. And she wasn't. She gets out of the car. Her eyes are laser beams. She's sober. She's there taking care of her sick grandma who had a stroke. I mean, I'm hoping that for the love of God, we find a good person. Oh, South Arkansas weather right now. It just hit me up. The guy who put the video online. South Ark weather. I'm just trying to get you to do the right thing. That's all. I'm just trying to show you the light. You know, and I don't want to spend my time helping some woman in Arkansas sue you guys. It's not what I want to do with my time. I have other things to do. But for the love of God, we need some good city council members who see this and they stand up. I realize Davis brings in a lot of money for the city, but at the same time, you got to do it right.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nivens. Have a good night. And that's how it's done. There's your short right there. There's your little clip right there, DLZ clips. There's your little short. I said goodbye. He hung up before I could say. I said, okay, have a good night. And then he hung up. South Arkansas weather is in the room. What's going on, Playboy? So South Arkansas, hey, DLZ clips, shoot him over a StreamYard link. I'd like to bring him on. Shoot an email over to Delete Laws Clips. And Colin will send you over the StreamYard link, and I'll bring you on the live. I'll see you appear down in studio, South Arkansas weather. I mean, I want her name and her number because I will help her file a federal civil rights lawsuit. I say I'm going to sue you all the time, but just for the lawyers who go against me, it's just a figure of speech because I am the catalyst to get it done, and I do get things done. There's a big difference between me and other people because I actually follow through. Now, I've been arrested twice. I've sued both departments when I was arrested. In the past 2 years, I've been arrested twice. I sued both departments. So that's what I do. That's what I do. It's how I roll. And Mr. Nivens and all these other folks in here, Mr. Nivens, Mr. Lucas, Ms. Ingram, Mr. Fricks, Miss Randall, Miss Powers, for y'all who are going to watch this tomorrow, let me guarantee you this. I swear to God, I swear to my holy Savior in heaven, if this woman contacts me and she's willing to fight, I will help her get her federal civil rights lawsuit filed. That doesn't mean that I'm going to do it because I can't. I'm not an Arkansas lawyer. That means I'll get the money, I'll pay for the filing, I'll set up the attorney, I'll set up the legal writers, I'll do the whole thing for her. So I'm just being 100% plain as day with this. I just want to be 100% transparent. Don't harass Mr. Nivens. At least Mr. Nivens took the phone call and he didn't hang up on me like a jackboot thug pig coward. But what you can do is, and I will encourage you to do this because I can, Facebook has been identified as a public space. So here's the link to the Facebook page. I would love to see you guys go to the Facebook page and then make sure everybody subscribes to South Arkansas Weather Channel. Let me share his channel real quick because without South Arkansas Weather Channel bringing this up, we don't even know about it. Let me follow my own. Let me give this a like real quick. Everybody give him a like. I'm already subscribed. So make sure everybody gets over here and likes and subscribes. Okay, let me refresh this page so I can see if anybody else has come over. Make sure you guys drop some comments on here. The more comments he has, the more people will see this. Thank you. We appreciate you posting this. All you have to do is drop a few words. You could even, if you really want to help somebody out, just go to their page and put algorithm. I misspelled it. Sorry, my left hand's funny today. It's numb in my pinky, so I'm having a hard time with it right now. But it just sometimes it's good, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But get over to South Arkansas, and I shared his page. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let him know Delete Law's saying it. He already is in the chat here somewhere. Colin, let me check my private chat and see if he's gonna. Okay, so there's the. But I don't want to publicly post that. Oh, there's a link for Google review. Okay, thanks, Colin. I appreciate that. So here, Colin has put. Oh, is that the Old South Car Wash? Oh man, this is the car washes. So I don't know which one it is, though. I don't want to give a review for the wrong car wash. I'm looking at this. How about for the police department there, Colin? Is there a link on Google to give them a police department review? Is there, because that I don't want to go after that car wash owner because he may not have known that Pig Davis was going to do that. Okay, did South Arkansas get a link? South Arkansas, did you get a link? I'm just going to go to your page real quick. Let me just go to his page real fast and send him a link. Nicholas, so while we're waiting for that, Nicholas, I have some information for you that I need you to follow through on. So here's that information for you, Nicholas. Here's in my notes right here. Okay, so here's what I got, Nicholas, and this is for you, okay? So Nicholas in Cocoa, Florida, I began investigating further for you and digging in. So this is the thing. You need to file with C. Jenkins at Cocoa Police Department under the names Amy Moon, Amy Redmond, Amy Neapolter, and Amy Mansour. All records related to disciplinary files and complaints. And you file that via email to C. Jenkins at Cocoa Police. Nicholas, are you reading this? At the who has the handle I am the Lord, which you're not, bro. He's being facetious, so I bust his chops a little bit. So South Arkansas is telling us that you have to be an Arkansas resident, have a business in so this is your Republicans and Democrats who you guys are loving to vote for. Trump or Biden, Trump or Biden. Who do you think down here below made it so that Arkansas residents or a business in Arkansas to file for your dash cam footage? Which, by the way, I believe the Freedom of Information Act will go above that because it's a federal act. So I think that we can go around that. But just for, is Chevy influencing you? Chevy, are you influencing Nicholas? Okay, Nicholas, you have some information. I need you to follow through on this, okay? So Nicholas, since you got the body cam footage, you need to file right here. Sorry about that. Whoops. You need to send an email to C. Jenkins and also send a hard copy, and you want all records related to disciplinary files or complaints. Then the second thing is you want to go to the city clerk, Carrie Chille, and you want to file an email with Carrie Chille, and you want all of the personnel files for all those names: Amy Moon, Amy Redmond, Amy Neapolter, Amy Mansour. And then you want to file for the disciplinary records. Same thing for C. Jenkins, the same thing up here, how you're going to file here for all records related to disciplinary actions and complaints. You're going to do the same thing for the two cops who help arrest you, Nicholas, Michael Cavalieri and Robin Vera Gonzalez. Now, the public information officer's name, Yvonne Martinez. Yvonne Martinez has ducked my phone calls, ducked my emails. She won't return anything I'm sending to her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to file a lawsuit against them for limiting the comments on Facebook and turning off the comments. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to file a supplemental lawsuit against Cocoa Beach, against Cocoa Police Department, not Cocoa Beach. It's Cocoa Police Department. There's a big difference. So Nicholas and anybody here, anybody in this room, if you want to help out the handle I Am God with his wrongful arrest that I featured yesterday or the day before, you can email or contact C. Jenkins at the Cocoa Police Department and want all records related to disciplinary files, investigations, or complaints. It should say investigations as well. You also want to file for these two pigs down here that helped arrest Nicholas, Michael Cavalieri and Robin Vera Gonzalez. Okay, then the second thing is you want to file with the city clerk, Carrie Chille, and there's her email address. You want to file for her, and you want the personnel file for all three of these pigs. For Michael Cavalieri, Robin Vera Gonzalez, Amy Moon, all four of her names. Apparently, Amy Moon is not afraid of commitment. She's not afraid of... Later, Brooklyn Audits. Thanks for coming, brother. Amy Moon's not afraid of commitment. She's been married thrice. I don't know if she's currently married. She could be divorced. But she's a jackboot thug pig. I have a couple people. You guys heard me talk to Chris Bradshaw. Well, after that, I talked to even more people in Cocoa Police. There's more people. Amy Moon, there's people who don't like you. Do you know that, Amy? You are not liked. Apparently, what Amy does, just so you know, and these are the names you want to file, Nicholas. You want to get all these names. You want to get you want to use all 4 of her names, because if you file for the records, investigations, and disciplinary files and complaints against Amy Moon, you're going to get limited access. But if you file for all 4 of her names, she's had 4 different names as she's been a Cocoa Police Department officer, then you can get all 4 of her names. I guess Redmond, Neapolter, and Mansour. I guess her maiden name is Mansour. She married a guy named Neapolter. She married a guy named Redmond. And Amy, just so you know, the cops that you treated like such garbage, the guys who came in lower than you, those people are reaching out. Those people are reaching out. As soon as my video aired, people who Amy Moon had ran off from the Cocoa Police Department started contacting me and saying, I saw Amy Moon. Let me tell you what kind of person she is. You're garbage, Amy. You don't belong being a pig. We already have enough bad pigs. We don't need you, Amy. So, Nicholas, you need to get this done, okay? You need to get this done, please. And then, do I have South Arkansas weather? Are you going to come into the chat, South Arkansas? I'd like to ask you a couple questions. The way I got this is, so Nicholas, his name is Nicholas. That's his user handle. But the way I got this, Nicholas, is what Amy has done for years. When a new police officer came into the Cocoa Police Department, Amy Moon went after them and tried to get them fired and harass them. And a couple guys she actually ran off. From the Cocoa Police Department. I mean, and just so you guys know about Chris Bradshaw, you know, I aired that conversation for any of his friends or family that may see this, not to lambaste him, not to diminish him or degrade him at all whatsoever. I published his conversation because he provided a fair service. And we now know that Nicholas now has standing. Now that he's seen the body cam footage today, 7 years later, Nicholas can still serve a federal civil rights lawsuit against Cocoa Police. Now, thank God the prosecutor dropped the charges, but he did have to take the ride still. He still had to take the ride. So, yeah, I agree with you, Heisenberg. I agree with you. I didn't say it. 100%, Oscar. 100%. See, that's the difference between what we do on Team DLZ and everybody else. I don't give a damn if people don't like me. I don't care if you don't like that I'm transparent. I don't care if you don't like that I'm honest. I don't care. I'm going to tell the truth, because if I lie on here, I'll get caught. If you lie and you're an activist and there's tens of thousands of people and your videos get seen 1 million. So the videos that we produce on DLZ Clips, 1.5 million times a day. On my channel, 500,000 times a day. Oh, thank you so much, Peter. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for showing that DLZ Clips. I appreciate it. You know, Waka Flocka Flame, Audit Them is here, everybody. Great channel. Audit Them. I'm getting so shadow banned by YouTube that DLZ Clips channel with 70,000 subscribers, getting 1.5 million views a day. This channel here is getting 400,000 views a day. So collectively, though, we're getting 1.9 million views a day between the two channels, and calling it DLZ Clips, aside from giving us the wrong page initially, doing a pretty good job down there. Doing a pretty good job. So the federal, that's a good question, Rich. So when you sue, what's the time limit on federal civil rights lawsuit? So there's a statute of limitations. However, in Florida, I don't know about every state, but I looked this up. In Florida, because Chris Bradshaw told me this when I had that conversation with him on the phone, he told me that once it comes to light, then your statute of limitations begins. And Nicholas, who's I Am God on YouTube, he didn't know that he had body cam footage he could review until recently. So Nicholas's time to sue begins the moment it's brought to light. You can look it up. There's Florida law here that backs up what I'm saying. So that's how we can sue. Love you too, Diggers. Love you too, man. Audit Them, man. Good to see you, Audit Them. Good to see you. Good to see you. So you guys, Nicholas, I need you to follow up on this, bud, because before we file your federal civil rights lawsuit, before I help you find a lawyer and file your federal civil rights lawsuit, we have to cover all of our bases here. So you first have to get all investigations, complaints, and disciplinary records that would attach to Amy Moon. You want to do that first with C. Jenkins at the Cocoa Police Department. And then, Nicholas, your next step, or you also want to do the same thing for Michael Cavalieri and Robin Vera Gonzalez. And then you want to file with the city clerk, with Carrie Chille, and you want to file for their personnel records, their training records, their when they got their badge, who they were certified through, all those things. You want to ask the city clerk that. You want to ask that for Amy Moon and the 3 husbands she's had. And you want to ask the same question to the city clerk for Michael Cavalieri and Robin Vera Gonzalez. Now, from what I understand, Robin Vera Gonzalez and Michael Cavalieri are gone. And just so you know, Amy Moon had a hand in that. Amy, you created enemies who are contacting me. Listen, let me say it unequivocally. Let me say it 100% straight so everybody knows. Absolutely correct. Do it. Jackboot thug pigs. You have got to have my trifold in your car. The Fifth Amendment card will be out next week. Why is it called the Fifth Amendment card? See the top of that? The 5A cop card. Why is it called the 5A cop card? Because you invoke your Fifth Amendment right away. 5A cop card will be out next week. You show the cop the piece of paper that says, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You show it to the copper. And then if the cop continues to question you, you talk right to the camera and say, he's violating my Fifth Amendment right, working outside of qualified immunity. This video is for the judge. You've got to have my trifold in your car. Why don't you have it? It's $9. Every single person here can afford a $9 trifold. People who are on disability, veterans, people who are struggling, they don't have any money, I'll give it to you for free. Someone had a back and forth with my cousin earlier today. I got to see the email chain. I got you. You're going to get that free trifold, no problem. We had given away, so just so you know, my cousin gave away so many hundreds of free trifolds over the past few days. She called me and was like, Chille, people can afford $9. And so many people are just like, well, you know, I have a business and I'm trying to put all my money in my business. This is my business. So you could put $9 into my business. You know, there's people who I help out financially that nobody knows. And I take the money you buy on my trifolds and I help people. And I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to help people behind the scenes no matter what happens. I won't stop doing what I do no matter what. So I'm not a saint. You know, I got to eat too, though. So if you can afford my trifold and you can buy it, get this trifold in your car. Immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right. The moment the cop pulls you over, as soon as you spot the cop, as it says on the Fifth Amendment card, it says immediately, the very first one, the very top of it says, cop citing or cited. You see that? Start filming. It says it right there. Fifth Amendment cop card will be out next week. It's actually a credit card. It's not a laminated card. This is just a sample. I'm just seeing what it looked like. I actually made it a 1/4 inch bigger all the way around. So it's the exact same size as your driver's license without the laminate edges here. Cause you have to have a 1/4 inch to add for the lamination. But on the cop card, it's no longer going to be that way. Chevy, what's up, Playboy? Randy, I will be running for governor. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, Brain Fate. I appreciate your support, man. I appreciate the support. Bruce, good to see you. But more than anything else, I want you to have the trifold in your car. I didn't start off like creating a business. You know, I started off going on TikTok to warn young black men that they're being targeted using Terry versus Ohio. I could have gone to YouTube first. I could have gone to Instagram first. I went to TikTok because it's mostly black to warn young black men about Terry versus Ohio, that the cops can walk up and grab them immediately and they're not violating your rights because of Terry versus Ohio. And then how to behave with those jackboot thug pigs once they walk up and they grab you. So that's the whole reason why. Gotcha. That's the whole reason why. Okay, did you find that though? Oh, is that the Facebook page right there? Okay, so DLZ Clips down there, crushing it. Once again, sent me more information. Oh gosh, there's a mugshot of her online. Oh my God, dude. This is terrible. South Arkansas Weather has a Facebook page, y'all, so we can show him more support, him or her more support by getting over there. Not that one. There it is right there. Wow. Inmate details. They put her online. Oh, that's the Hampton, South Arkansas Police Department. Oh my God. Let me open this big so you guys can see it. Wow. Wow. So this says right here of a subject. Look what they call her. They call her a subject. Oh, so here's the car wash. It's on North Lee Street. Somebody find me that car wash. Let's call that owner. Let's call him right now. I'm going to call him. Don't call him. I'm going to do the phone call. Let me do the phone call so I don't get in trouble on YouTube. You guys let me do the phone call. On July 14th, 2023 at approximately 10 p.m., Pig Davis was informed of a subject sitting in her car on Lee Street. Find that car wash for me. He was informed that the vehicle had been there a couple hours, so she's taking a break. Pig Davis made contact with the driver, who was identified as Casey Morgan Smith from Kansas. Yeah! Let me copy this real quick and let me send this over to my skip tracer. I have a skip tracer on the team who can look up anybody's information. While Pig Davis was speaking to Mr. Smith, he determined that she was possibly under the influence of some kind of narcotic, but that's not what he said to dispatch. Pig Davis placed Smith under arrest for the violation. Upon inventory search of a vehicle, a bag of methamphetamines was located in her purse. Smith was charged with possessions of meth under 2 grams. Smith was transported to Calhoun County Jail, where she had her first appearance and was released. Officer Davis used his knowledge and training in the incident to make the arrest. Wow. Wow. Look what they do to people. Look what they do to people. Wow. Good job, Officer Davis. So this is the Hampton, Arkansas Police Department page, huh? 2,200 followers. Wow. Hampton Police Department with Chief Jones and Officer Dakota Davis. Oh, his name's Dakota Davis. Dakota Davis. Let's find his Facebook page. Let me find his Facebook page. I don't see him in here. I'm trying to find his Facebook page. Let me see if I can find his Facebook page here. I'm looking. Dakota Davis. Dakota Davis. I'm looking here. He doesn't have a public Facebook page. Got nothing on him. Maybe someone else can find it here. I got nothing on him. God bless it. None of those car washes are on Lee Street. Okay. But someone can look up the car washes in Hampton and then look up Lee Street and see where the car wash is. We can find that car wash and we can find that owner. I got you, Zach. Did you email me something more relevant than your address? Oh, you emailed me. Okay, thanks. Let me take a look at that real quick. So, because he said that man, this has just got my blood boiling. I mean, every day I get a new case that just has my blood boiling. Every single day I get a new case that just boils my blood. Arkansas Pig. Dakota Davis. I got it. You got the link in here? Do you got his link? Do you have his link though? I see it there, but do you have his link? Email me or just put the link in the chat on YouTube, and then DLZ Clips will send. So we found Dakota Davis. We found this pig, this kid, 26-year-old kid. Oh, he's got a baby, and he arrested that woman. What a piece of shit. Literally, what a piece of shit this guy is. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Joseph. Yeah, it's fruit of the poisonous tree. That's exactly correct. It was an illegal search and seizure. It was illegal. So he said he was doing a welfare check. Says Arkansas patrolman. Is that what it says? I got your email here, Zach, but I don't have a link to his Facebook page, and I'd like to have a link so I can just click on it. So it's patrolman. Patrolman Dakota Davis. Oh God, that's not it. Oh, I misspelled patrolman. I got Chad Davis. You got to send me that link. I don't have it. Patrolman Dakota Davis. Don't have it. Let me see. I don't have the link in my email though, brother. I can't just copy it. And plus, when you're live and you have hundreds of people watching at the same time, it kind of messes with you as far as being able to do the things that you do. So it says Hampton, Arkansas. I got a picture of his Facebook page, but I don't have the link to his Facebook page. I'm looking here. God bless America. I really wish I could find this. Let me see. Here's the Arkansas pig. I see that. Dakota Davis, Hampton patrolman from Rootin, Louisiana. Oh, he's got his girlfriend listed here, or his baby mama. I'll share this with you guys. Let me show you what I'm seeing right now, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Here's the guy's. Here's his. Here's what the guy looks like, just so you know. That's what his Facebook page looks like. If someone can find the link for this guy, that would be great. And there's Dakota Davis, and then he's a patrolman at Hampton, Arkansas Police Department, former patrol sergeant at Camden Police Department. I wonder what happened there. We can do the same thing for his records in Camden. And then from Ruston, Louisiana, in a relationship with Elizabeth Akines. So we can definitely start to reach out to him and redress him in a public forum, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me check. Private chat here. Can't. Just forward it to me, Colin. I can't go to your email because then I got to sign in with you and do all these things, and it's just so much work. Go to my website, Michelle, and go to the inquiry form and put free trifold, and I'll send you one, Michelle. I'll send you a free trifold. You got to print it out yourself. So take it to Kinko's or wherever. It's still going to cost you a little bit of money, $1 or something, but I'll send you one for free. I don't mail it to you, but I send it to you in email. So I want you to have the trifold. Everybody should have my trifold in their car. Everybody. Every single person here should have my trifold in your car. It's just the simple fact. We're seeing it time and time and time again that if you don't invoke your Fifth Amendment right, you end up like Casey in jail. That's what you end up like. So you're welcome for teaching your rights. You're more than welcome. Les Paul says, well done. Les Paul gave you a compliment here. I guess South Arkansas can't come on the live stream. I don't blame him. That's okay. No big deal. Or her. So yeah, it just looks terrible. But this is the pig that arrested. Look at this guy. He's so happy to cuddle in bed with his chick, but a woman can't sit in a car wash. She wasn't hurting anybody. But look at Dakota Davis. He thinks he can just do whatever he wants and nobody's going to say anything to him. Well, let me tell you something, Dakota. If I was a little bit younger and I could get a hold of you, I'd wrestle a pig. But unfortunately for you, I'm too old now to take on every pig. Had you caught me in my 30s, son, I'd spank you like a little bitch. That's a fact. I got one good fight in me, Dakota, but I'm going to save it for when I'm attacked, not go attack people. There's a big difference. So, Dakota, you're damn lucky, son. You're damn lucky. 26 years old, I could still whip your ass, kid. I'm not going to because it's illegal, but I could whip your ass. You're an out-of-shape piece of garbage. So, it's just that simple. I wish I could still wrestle pigs, but I'm just too old, you guys. I'm just too old. Okay, so send it to my regular email. I can't be jumping around emails here. Send it to my email, deletelaws@gmail. Let's get this guy's Facebook page so we can start the redressing, so that we can begin the redressing. Let me see what you guys see. Okay, we got to open big again now. Let me go back to my email and check my email. There it is, Zach. There it is. Zach Queener sent me Dakota's Facebook page. Let me drop the link in the chat. The message button is open. I'm allowed to say hello to this guy. Here's the link for Dakota's Facebook page. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me share with you guys what I'm doing here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Obviously, I want to share everything because I did say I could whip that kid's ass. He's a kid, but I'm not going to whip anybody's ass. I'm just talking shit. I'm upset. He deserves to get his ass whipped, but I'm not going to whip his ass. I'm not going to attack anybody. That's not going to happen. But I'm allowed to say whatever the flock I want. Okay, so here it is. I put a link down in the chat. We can also take a look at what he did here. Camden Police Department. Which one? So this was in Camden, Arkansas. I wonder why he's not there anymore. He's at a small town now. He went from a bigger town with 15,000 followers on this page to a tiny town. I wonder what he did there. Let's just see what he posts before he closes his Facebook page here. This guy thinks he's a hero. I mean, look at this guy. Oh, you're such a ham. You're such a ham, right, bro? We're all such a ham, but yet you so easily put this woman in torture cuffs and ruined her. What a piece of garbage. Really, what a piece of garbage. Oh, he's got a, what is that? Elizabeth. Elizabeth has her page pretty locked up. Can't say anything. Oh. I'm just letting her know her piece of shit boyfriend's about to get sued. I'm about to sue his ass. Okay, let's zoom in here. Let me show you guys what I'm going to say to this guy. I don't want anything to be non-transparent. Let me show you what I'm going to... Yeah, you can comment on his post. I saw that, Zach. I saw that. So here this pig is right here. I had it right the first time. So now you guys saw what I said? I said, you're about to get sued, dude. The meth you found, fruit of the poisonous tree, buddy. You're getting sued. So that's what I said to him. Just so no one says because you already heard him lie a couple times. Lie about that she was impaired, lie about everything. So just so you know, you can just say anybody's impaired anytime you want. You could say that I'm impaired right now. It's funny, you know. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. I didn't see it come through, but thanks a lot. I'm sorry that Colin just said thanks for the super chat. So thank you. So it's funny that you know that this cop said she was impaired. There used to be a guy who I blocked on my page who used to always comment, "Your eyes are like pins. Your eyes are like pins." Well, you douchebag. There's a light here, a light here, a light here, a light here, and a light here. So of course my eyes are like pins. There's 5 lights in my face. You frickin' moron. So what happens when you're impaired, for the moron who used to comment, your eyes are like pins. My pupils are dilated closed? Right. Because when you're impaired, what happens is your pupils don't dilate closed. Then more light goes in and you get a feeling of euphoria because there's more information coming into your eyes through light. When you're impaired or on drugs, your pupils will dilate open. And that means the 5 lights that are around me would not dilate my pupils closed. So my eyes are going to be like pins because there's 5 lights around me, you frickin' moron. You idiot. You dunce cap. Your eyes are like pins. There's a light here. You see the reflection in my glasses? There's a light here. There's a light here. There's a light here. There's a light there. Of course my eyes are like pins when there's 5 lights going in them, you freaking idiot. Of course they are. Of course they are. If you're impaired and there's lights around you, your pupils do not dilate closed. They stay open. And that's how you get gigantic hits of dopamine because there's more information by more light coming into your brain. That's why the next day it's called Suicide Tuesday for people who abuse drugs. And what happens is they kill themselves on Tuesday because all the light that their pupils didn't dilate closed comes in. They get massive endorphins and dopamine. And then a couple of days later, they're depressed. And you can look up the term called Suicide Tuesdays. So with that being said, it's just so easy. Right there, Chevy just said it himself. Back the blue till it happens to you. Exactly correct. So all I did is send one message to Dakota. I'm not harassing him. I didn't send any messages to his girlfriend or his baby mama or his wife, whatever she is. She doesn't have the same last name as him, so he's probably shopping the pootie. Probably her kid. But I'm not going to harass anybody. I'm not going to assault anybody. I'm going to let Dakota know that he's about to get sued. I just did that. You can see that on the Facebook page. Grateful Dabs, what's up, bro? Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. So this just reminds me, you guys have got to understand something. Oh, is Paladin here? I haven't seen Paladin in a while. Is Paladin in here? What's up, Paladin? Haven't seen you in a minute, man. Hope you're doing okay. I'm in Vegas. So if you want to link up, I think that was someone else in Vegas, not Paladin. I think he was somewhere else. I actually contacted him previously and he was in another place. There it is. Wire Paladin. Oh, that's a different Paladin than I used to know. Oh, really? Wire Paladin, shoot that over to DLZ Clips. Delete laws clips at Gmail. We'll check it out. Really? So Damone Josephine just said it looks like the baby has a black eye in that picture. Really? Let's take a look at what. Yeah, I don't know. As much as I don't like Dakota, as much as I don't like this pig, I do know some statistics and stuff here. And anytime that you strip a baby away from, anytime you take a child away from the parents, it's worse for the kid. As much as a pig as Dakota is, I don't wish that upon my worst enemy, just like I don't wish Dakota death. I mean, if I was younger and I wouldn't get in trouble, I'd love to just meet that guy. I mean, look at him. When I leave here, I got to go train for an hour straight. I'm back up to an hour straight. Blood pressure's down to 130. I got all the way down to 125 the other day, over 81. I was so impressed by that. So Nicholas has got some work to do on his side to go get that information, and make sure you file for all four of those, 4 Amy's names and 2 other names. Make sure you file with both the assistant, and then look up on ChatGPT to make sure you quote the Florida State Sunshine Laws, which it's kind of weird because when you look up, ChatGPT might have better information, but when you Google the Florida State Sunshine Laws, you get a bunch of tourism stuff because it's called the Sunshine State, but it's also called Sunshine Laws. So you want to make sure that you, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Bruce, longtime supporter, longtime friend. Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it, man. My blood pressure, I didn't announce this, and I told DLZ Clips I'm not going to announce it, but I'll tell you guys now that the scare is over. A couple months ago, I had I had to be hospitalized because my blood pressure was 200 over 120, and I had to go to the hospital and go through a bunch of stuff. And so I've made a dedicated commitment to lower my blood pressure. So it's hard. It's hard because I'm a hard charger and I've been a fighter my whole life. And the fact that I have to slow down sometimes is good night, People's News Today. Good to see you, buddy. And we've been on here forever. Love you too, buddy. Good night, People News Today. Thanks for coming, buddy. Thanks for coming. So yeah, I didn't have a stroke, but I did have a mini episode where I began to lose consciousness and my brain started to, I had this really weird episode where my blood pressure skyrocketed over 200 and all of a sudden I got this incredible migraine for about 2 minutes maybe. And then as soon as the migraine popped, it was like a pop in my head where the migraine finished. And then I started cascading sweat. Like I maybe dripped a gallon of sweat in like 30 seconds. And that happened to me about 2.5 months ago. DLZ Clips knows. I called him from the hospital. But I was in a really, really scared position. And it's funny because I didn't feel fear. I felt I'm not going to get my work done. If I die, you guys take up the cause. Don't stop. I'm just one man and I'm going to die one day. But I had a really scary moment a couple months ago. I didn't say anything. I just kept it to myself, but I cut out all excess sodium. I quit coffee. I have coffee now because my blood pressure stabilized, but I cut out all sugar. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm not sure if you guys can tell or not, but it was Aaron, it was humbling for sure. It was super humbling. I was afraid that I wasn't going to get my work done, that I wouldn't be able to run for governor, that I wouldn't be able to win the governorship, and I wouldn't be able to change this jackboot thug pig organization from the top down. And I had to make a concerted effort to just make a change in the way I sleep. I go for like 20 hours a day, and then I sleep for 4 hours, and I go for 20 hours and I sleep for 4. And the simple fact is that I have to stop doing that. And I have. So, but it was scary. It was scary. Yeah. Sugar is the number one enemy. Yeah. That's 100% correct. I cut all processed sugar. I do have a cookie for today. I do have a cookie that I got for today. It'll be the first processed sugar I've had in a minute, but I pretty much just eat kiwis and bananas. I can no longer live on the same system I used to, but I'm not going to pass away, hopefully. Okay, I got you. No, I did not see the incident report. Let me check that out. DLZ Clips is sending me more information and more information and more information. So here's the incident report. Make sure you guys get over to DLZ Clips and subscribe to that channel because that channel is I don't have a link here, DLZ. Is there a way you can send me a link here? Oh, here it is. Okay, so there it is. I got it right here. Thanks, DLZ. So I've got this right here. Let's take a look at this together. I'll just copy and paste this. You guys have Dakota's Facebook page. You have the government Facebook page. Make sure that we just do everything legally and we do it right. Okay, cool. So here's the incident report by Dakota Davis. Let me see what you guys can see, and I'll open it big if you guys can't see it. Okay, so there's the incident report there. And is it 9:40? I got to be out of here in 20 minutes. So this is exception Dakota Davis, page 1 of 3. Possession of meth or cocaine, less than 10 grams. She's charged with a felony. And then down here, government. Her name is Casey Morgan Smith. Okay, they masked her social security number. She's 425. She's 35 years old. Let's skip that information there. Arrested 7:15 at 4:41 a.m. So she's not allowed to sit there. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. Pig Dakota Davis with the Hampton Police Department was advised by a civilian of a white female in a blue Mazda car on the car wash on North Lee Street near Main Street. Find this car wash, North Lee Street near Main Street, who was acting strange and talking to herself. You know who acts strange and talk to themselves? Me. I do it all the time. I was at the car wash for a welfare check, but that's not why he went there. Upon my arrival, I observed the blue Mazda car bearing Missouri plate. I made contact with the driver of the vehicle, who was identified as Casey Morgan Smith. While she was speaking and looking at me, I observed her eyes be glazed over and watery. What a lie. That's not what he said at all. I observed her speech was slurred and inconsistent. Her speech was not slurred. I then asked her if she was under the influence of any type of narcotics. She stated she wasn't. However, she got defensive and started fumbling with her center console. I then asked her if she would complete some standardized field sobriety tests. Smith refused any tests. She got out of the car and was being paranoid. You mean because there's a pig there? About every move I made? Of course, because you're a pig, dude. She asked if she could leave. I advised her no due to it being a lawful detainment. It was unlawful. She did nothing wrong. She broke no laws. You're just suspicious of anybody. She then started to say she could leave and started to walk back to her car. I grabbed her arm, and this time I placed her in torture cuffs. At the time, she was not under arrest. I then tried to get her to agree to test once again. However, she became irritated and got loud. Oh, God. She was then placed under arrest. Upon search of Smith's immediate area where she was sitting in the car, I located a small baggie containing 0.7 grams of crystal-like substance consistent to be meth in the center console. Smith's vehicle was turned over to Action Towing. Smith was transported to Calhoun Sheriff's Department office to await first appearance. The meth was logged as evidence. Photos were taken. So just so you guys know, this is 100% fruit of the poisonous tree. He had no right to search her car. He had no probable cause. There was no reasonable suspicion other than someone said she was sitting in a parking lot. That's not illegal. So Casey, if you see this, you have a smack dab federal civil rights lawsuit, and you should allow me to help you the best I can with an attorney in Arkansas to file your federal civil rights lawsuit. And I hope to God you didn't plead this out. I hope to God. This was in July. Someone can look up the records there. I can look up the records. Anyway, what time is it? 9:40? Better get the flock out of here pretty quick. Well, DLZ clips, you should be able to find it. It's on Lee and Main Street. I can find that. Lee and Main Street. So this one says here, right here, 543 Lee Street, Hampton, Arkansas. Here it is right here. Rusty Carroll's Sportsman Center. Right here. Here's the car wash. Oh, that's the Sportsman Center? Best 2 car washes in Hampton, Arkansas, with reviews. Mr. Clean Car Wash. That's not going to give me the information that I'm looking for. Rusty and Carol Sportsman. There's Main Street. It's called Washes. That's in Siloam Springs. Siloam Springs. So what do I have on the chat over here? Let me check my chat. Let me come back over to the page where you guys are. Shock Professor said the car wash is owned by the cops or their family or friends on the council. Let me check the private chat and see if anything. Okay, nothing from Colin either. Okay, I know it. But let's try, let me share with you guys what I'm looking at, and let's give a call over here real fast. So what I did is I put this search in like this. And this says right here, 543 Lee Street, Hampton, Arkansas. So that's on MapQuest. Let's take a look and see if that's at Lee and Maine. So there's Calhoun, there's Mission. There, it's on Lee Street. So this is Lee Street. You can see Lee Street right there. Do I see a Main Street anywhere? Let me just do this. Lee and Main Street in Hampton, Arkansas. I get Rusty's again, and then I get Officer Davis again. Let's see. Let's just give it a try. Let's give it the old college try and see if this is the correct one. Let's see if we can reach out here. So, I mean, let's play devil's advocate here, and let's say that she was there smoking meth. Let's just say, okay? So, oh, put it in the chat, South Arkansas. You're not going to get booted out of my page, man. You can email that to me at deletelaws@gmail.com. Someone shoot that gentleman my email address, deletelaws@gmail.com. right here from Wesley. Wesley, thank you. I appreciate the information. It's got you, Wesley. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Oh, this is from South Arkansas Weather. Thanks, South Arkansas. I appreciate that.
Your party is not answering. Please try your call later. We're sorry, but your call will now be disconnected.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But now we have the information. So now let me go like this. Car wash plus untitled business directory. Harlow's Auto Supplies. Okay, we can pick this up. We can pick this up because I have to go and work out to keep my blood pressure down. I got to go to the gym and train. I don't have a choice. You know, I got to keep myself healthy. I can sit here and talk with you guys all night, but I have to worry about the things that are going to matter, you know. Wow, really? Is that right? Secure Our Rights official news media. You are one of the ones who prompted me to start my channel. Well, then drop your link and let me subscribe. Thanks for letting me know that. Let me go to YouTube and let me find the actual page that you're on here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's Brooklyn Odd, it's good to see you, buddy. Always good to see you, dude. Appreciate you coming by. Let me check out this gentleman's page here. Let me just, okay, I'm just checking here. I'm just trying to find this gentleman's page real fast here. Wow, same punk cop, huh? Wire Paladin, thanks for pointing that out to us. I appreciate that, man. Drop that comment again if you would so I can find your page because I'm looking through the comments and I can't find it. I got 11 minutes and I got to be gone. So 11 minutes and I have to go to the gym and train. I have to sit on the bike and pedal. Secure Our Rights and official news media U.S. press. Let me see if I can find his page. I want to support him. Secure Our Rights, official news media U.S. press. Okay. Let me see if I can find. There it is. I got it right here. Oh, right on, man. Only 8 subscribers. Let me be your 9th right here. I'm gonna drop this down in the comment section here. Oh yeah. Oh, he's covering stuff. Way to go, dude. Way to go. Way to go, Secure Our Rights. Nice job, man. Here's the link to his page if you guys want to subscribe. He only got 9 subscribers, so if you want to give him a subscription, that would help him blow it up. Yeah, I got to go work out, Aaron. I got to get my workout in. I've committed to going to the gym. I've committed to quitting sugar, and I've done those things because I have to live. This is the reason why I can't go wrestling pigs anymore. I got to stop. I got to stop. So there's right there for Secure Our Rights, and here I'll drop it in the YouTube chat as well. Delete Laws Clips. You can drop this in your chat as well. So Richard just subscribed. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks a lot. Really cool. Let's get him some subscribers because he is going to be a freedom fighter with the rest of us. Freedom fighter has some violent connotations to it. And I, as you guys know, I will not turn to violence in any way, shape or form. I know I talk a lot of ish here, but it's just because when I was young, I got in a lot of fist fights and fought a lot of people. And now that I'm a middle-aged man, I can't do that. So if I talk a lot of shit, I'm just talking shit because I don't believe in going to physical violence. Do I want to grab Dakota and put a knuckle sandwich in his mouth? I'd love to. But the problem is violence only gets more violence. And there'll be a time for violence. It's just not now, So there'll be a time for violence. More alpha than you by far. If I go over to your page, let's see what your page looks like. Someone said, I thought you were alpha. Okay, let's take a look at yours. Let's see what you got going. So this troll created their page. An Australian troll. Welcome. Thanks for coming, but you can F off, bro. I don't really give a shit about you. I don't care. I really don't care about you, dude. I'm just that way. So, all right, listen, I better get the flock out of here. Fifth Amendment cards coming out next week. Fifth Amendment cards coming out next week. Get ready for that Fifth Amendment card. The Fifth Amendment cop cards coming out next week. It's a step-by-step tutorial of how to talk to cops. It's numbered 1 through 6. So you know the 6 steps you got to take when you deal with these jackboot thug pigs. Fifth Amendment cop cards coming out next week. You get 2 of them. 1 for you, 1 for the cop. Everybody should have my trifold in their car, whether you have the $9 one you print at home or whether you have the one that you bought that I print from Los Angeles. You should have my trifold in your car. You should always have the trifold in your car. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that, dude. You know, you guys, 1974, that's me, buddy. That's the year I was born too. So everybody should have my trifold in your car. You should absolutely have it in your car. Don't not have it. It's stupid. You're seeing that both Nicholas, username I am God, and Casey, who South Arkansas weather covered, they got arrested because they talked. If Casey had invoked her Fifth Amendment right away, cop wouldn't have been able to talk to her anymore. So you guys got to get this. Nicholas, you got your work cut out for you. Make sure you get on this, Nicholas. Make sure you get on this and get all this information done and then get that over to me as quickly as you can. I was going to file that for you, Nicholas, but then I thought to myself, you're the one who has standing. And I did have an attorney from Florida reach out to me. If you are an attorney in Florida or in Arkansas, we need your help. You have to have a bar card to do some of the things that I do. There are people who have bar cards that help me in all different states in America. So I need an attorney right, Tracy, you got arrested because you talked. You can't talk. It's got to be on camera and you got to have a piece of paper. And this is the 2-prong effect, the 2-prong standard in federal court. You have to inform the cop of your Fifth Amendment right. Then you have to show that he violated it. That's the 2-prong test in federal court. And the federal judge will say there's a 2-prong test. You have to understand there's a 2-prong test. He has to know which right he's violating, and you have to state which right he's violating. That goes around his qualified immunity. The federal judge, as we just read in Murphy versus Schmidt, 2023, that the 2-prong test is that the cop didn't know he was violating his rights. And if he doesn't know he's violating your rights, even if it's a civil rights violation, qualified immunity is applied. So you have to understand that. You have to understand that part. You got to understand it. Okay. All right. I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. God bless you guys. Casey in I think she was in Missouri or Arkansas or Kansas. Casey in Kansas. I hope you didn't take a plea deal. You should reach out to me. All evidence against you, Casey, is inadmissible in court because there was no probable cause to search your car. So, all right. I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. God bless you. God bless the United States. We don't stop. Get a trifold for the love of God. Have a trifold in your car. Have a trifold in your car. Fifth Amendment card comes out later. All right, Mikey B. Later, Gators.